stream.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is your host with the most, Philly Jim, coming at you also with a live stream.
We have a lot of things to talk about today. So we're going to kind of go over the Redskins, the home opener against the Redskins, which was a very exciting game, a game that we thought, hey, we didn't know what was going to happen. The first half was horrible, and then the Eagles come back to win. And then we're going to go over, our week 2 against the Atlanta Falcons, at the Mercedes-Benz Dome. So we're going to talk about this opener quick. So Philly Jim, what are your takeaways from this game? So how are you feeling when you went into this game, and then after that first half, what were you seeing on the field like during the first half? Just give me pretty much a reaction to what you saw.
Okay, well, pretty much, I pretty much thought we were gonna really take it to him, like from start to finish, but it didn't happen that way. Vernon Davis scored the first touchdown where Andrew Sendejo fell down. He fell down and he just went 48 yards. So I was like, oh, shit happened. It's whatever. Then we get the ball back. Offense pretty much looks rusty, looks like shit. Looks like a bunch of guys that haven't played together. So I was like, all right, they'll get it going on the next drive. It's whatever. So the Redskins, then they go down and kick a field goal. And then the same shit happens. The offense is all out of sync and stuff. Deshaun Jackson had a penalty that set us back early in the game. But they got the ball back again, and they scored again. It's 17-0. And I'm like, oh, shit. What is going on with this team? Are they going to wake up at any point? Next thing you know, Carson Wentz drops back to pass on a third down, and he fires a bomb down the field to Deshaun Jackson. And when that play happened, I was at the game. You were at the game. Crowd was booing a lot before then, but as soon as that play happened, it pretty much turned everything around. So we were like, okay, we're back in this thing. All we got to do is get a couple stops, have some good drives before half. We're right back in this thing. It didn't happen. The Redskins go down, kick a field goal. It's 27 at halftime, and I was sitting there, and for some reason, I just wasn't feeling like we were in any trouble at all. I was like, I can see everything that's going to happen. I know exactly what's going to happen. We get the ball to start the second half. We're going to go right down the field and score. And we had a very good scoring drive. Carson Wentz, I don't know how he did this, but the way he shuffled his feet in the pocket, got outside the pocket, threw that pass, placed the ball right where it needed to be, where only Alshon Jeffrey could get it. The defenders had no chance for it. Carson Wentz just knew where Alshon was going to be on that play, so he finds him. It's 20-14, and then we just get humming. The defense gets after him. The defense was really looking like shit in the first half, but the defense woke up. They dominated the second half. The offense dominated the second half. The offense in the fourth quarter, they had a drive that lasted, I don't know how long the drive was exactly, but it pretty much felt like we had the ball for the whole fourth quarter. Redskins get the ball back at the end of the game. They scored. They get a touchdown in garbage time. But the way the offense responded after, getting down 17-0, I was impressed. There are concerns. There are still some concerns. But the important thing to know is you saw what this team is capable of doing. I mean, we didn't really start to play until the middle of the second quarter. And, after the game, they were asking Alshon Jeffrey about it. Alshon goes, hey, guys, we could have scored 50 on this team, but we didn't start playing until, the mid-second quarters. But, we scored 30, so we'll live with it. So that's pretty much my few of my takeaways from that game.
Yeah, totally understandable. Like, I just like you, I was a little different, just a little bit more different. I was getting really upset inside. I was like, this team is too talented to be. I said preseason. I said guys didn't play in preseason. Guys didn't play together in preseason, and our quarterback didn't even play with our starters in preseason when they actually played. Doug being cautious as he is. And I just sat there and I was just like, had my hand over my mouth, and I was just like, oh man, why? They got to explode sooner or later. Like, something has got to happen sooner or later. We were throwing these dump off passes, sideline passes, just stuff where it was like, why are we not throwing the ball up the field? It's like we were afraid to throw the ball up the field. And sooner or later, Carson Wentz screws up on 2 plays and that throws that deep ball to Deshaun Jackson, and it just kind of ignited the crowd, and just made a huge difference. The Vernon Davis play was just ridiculous. For some reason, he always makes that one play on us every year, and the guy could still play, as we could see, but he should have been tackled regardless. He had 3 guys around him, which was bullshit anyway. Then the second half comes and it's a totally different team. The team that should have been playing in the first half. This was the team that we've been waiting for. And what I have to say, even in the first half, probably the only thing that was a plus to it was Carson Wentz was protected that whole entire first half, regardless. Which was good. So, Carson Wentz didn't get hit this game. Escaping, his pocket awareness was fantastic. He looks like he's more in shape. He looks like that he's going out there, and every time he escaped the pocket, always made a play. Like I'm saying, like when he shuffled his feet, like you said, to that nice touchdown pass to Alshon Jeffrey in the end zone. Like, it's like leading the shot. It's like playing a video game and you're leading that sniper shot, like in front, like it's crazy, like throwing that ball in the right spot. And he's going to be there. Like Carson knows where he's going to be at the right time. But there was a huge mismatch on that play because you had a linebacker on Alshon Jeffrey and a huge mismatch. So wide open pass, but perfect ball placement. And he has perfect ball placement, the whole second half. So I was really happy with that. I was happy with, the defense was getting pressure. I thought, Fletcher Cox hasn't played. Fletcher Cox has not played in preseason at all. So that he was starting to, get his rhythm, you know what I mean? Everyone else getting their rhythm. Like you said, there are some things we have to look at because, a first game to me is always a toss-up game because who's ready to really play when you first get to that first week. That's why it's a real toss-up. When I really think about it. But to me, like, this team should have been prepared. They have 11, 12 days to prepare for this game. That's what the good thing about ending your last preseason game. You have extra time to prepare for this team. And we should have scored 50 points. You're right. We should have put a 50 burger on them because, you know what, we made a lot of mistakes. But these weren't mistakes because we couldn't play because of the talent. We were just in a funk, knocking the rust off, in a funk. So at this point in time, I was really happy with this game, especially with the running backs. We saw like Darren Sproles was used way too much in the beginning. We saw, Miles Sanders showing what he could do. We robbed on a touchdown because the Arcega-Whiteside, hold or whatever it was. Jordan Howard being that bull. Jordan Howard, man, I'm telling you, like, I don't know how he does it, but as soon as he like goes up to the line, he like starts to get tackled, and then you just see the pile move and move and move, and he gets those extra yards. I mean, you could tire out defenses with Jordan Howard. Not even just that, but all these running backs are in the passing game. Every one of them. Jordan Howard caught one pass, that game, but I think more they'll use him, to tire out defenses or, it doesn't even matter at this point. I mean, I like the rotation. And like I think you said to me earlier today is that, Miles Sanders had 65% of the snaps. And that's a lot. And plus with the rotation we saw a good amount of running backs in this game as well. Offensive line blocked pretty damn good in the second half. So I was really happy to come back. We had a comeback win. I think it was good for this team. It's one in the books. It's one in the division itself. It's amazing. And even I recorded on my channel. Deshaun Jackson coming out of the tunnel, and it was between Deshaun Jackson coming out of the tunnel and then Carson coming out. That place was jumping, and I could see that Deshaun Jackson took it all in. I could see that he's here. He should have been here, the past 5 years, and and he couldn't have had a better homecoming than that game. Whatever he said at halftime. Because he pretty much said, I know the Redskins, I know how the Redskins think because he formerly played with that team. So I'm happy. I'm happy with it. You know what I mean? I'm happy the way
absolutely.
The tale of two halves pretty much. So Aldo, what are your concerns from that game going on to week 2 against a very good Atlanta Falcons team in their home turf?
Um, well, one thing I'm not concerned about is the offense. I think the
Mm-hmm.
offense going into this Atlanta Falcons game, this offense will be ready to play. And they'll have their play scripted out that they think will be effective, to start the game. But I'm very concerned about our secondary, our defensive backfield. Guys were just getting beat by nobodies. Rasul Douglas,
Mm.
who I like Rasul Douglas. I think
Mm-hmm.
Rasul Douglas, since he's came into the league, he's gotten better. And, he's had games where he's gotten abused, and then he's got games where you really see him play, and you're like, wow, this guy can really play corner. This guy, a lot of people want him to move safety because he has long arms and range and all that. But, Jim Schwartz wants to keep him as corner, but he was getting abused. Sidney Jones was getting abused. Ronald Darby was getting abused. Our corners were just getting abused. And we weren't getting abused by Julio Jones. We weren't getting abused by Calvin Ridley. We weren't getting abused by Mohamed Sanu. We're getting abused by guys that have never played an NFL game before. We're getting abused by Terry McLaurin. We're getting abused by Harmon and not like Paul Richardson. Well, Paul Richardson has been in this league, but, Paul Richardson is not a receiver who you think, oh, well, you really got to watch out for this guy. They don't have that. And they were killing our defensive backs the whole game, pretty much, until the second half when our pass rush really started to get there. The other thing is the pass rush. The pass rush, they were getting close, but they weren't getting close enough in the first half to do what we needed them to do. They heated up in the second half, though. So, I mean, some things I want to see in this game against the Falcons is how is Jim Schwartz going to rotate the defensive linemen? I mean, Deshaun Hall, he had a crazy preseason. He's out there making plays and everything. I didn't see Deshaun Hall the entire game. He didn't play. So, sometimes Brandon Graham, he needs to take a couple plays off. He's 30 years old. Let him get a water break and bring some of these young guys in so we can keep our guys fresh when we need them the most in the fourth quarter. So that is something that I really would like to see with Jim Schwartz going into this game, because we are going to need our pass rush more than anything to slow down these Atlanta Falcons and this high-powered offense.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. Like the pass rush was good in the second half, but it could have been better. It wasn't enough. Like it was good, but it could have been better. Regardless. Like you said, like Rasul Douglas getting burnt. I think of him. This is a guy that led West Virginia. He was at the top corner of the country in interceptions. I think he had like 10 interceptions before he was drafted to the Eagles. Had a really good first year, and it's progressed really well. But us thinking like, hey, he was at safety for a little bit in 2018, but that was just because of injuries. They were moving everybody around at the time. But I mean, we do think of him as a safety, but they'll never put him there. I don't know why. I think of him as a red zone quarterback, a guy that can only take a short, cover the short field, and that's what they should use him at. But Darby didn't look good. Sidney Jones had a little press conference after practice, I think today or yesterday, and said, I made a few mistakes, but they're just flaws that I could have changed the way I played or whatever. He said it's not a big deal, which I don't know. I guess he's pretty confident. Like Terry McLaurin, I mean, he was just burning. He could have scored 2 touchdowns on us. Like it was like he had over 100 yards regardless. But I mean, it just looked really bad. It looked really, really bad. And the pass rush, like you said, no Deshaun Hall. I didn't see Hassan Ridgeway do anything. Timmy Jernigan had the only sack of the game, so that was another thing. Malik Jackson was getting good pressure in the game as well. And Fletch is just working his way back. Working his way back to get his momentum going. But he still was getting back there. Brandon Graham was getting back there. You know what I mean? So, Josh Sweat, I need to see more. I want to see more from Josh Sweat, Sharif Miller, and the rest of these guys. We have a lot of young guys at defensive end as well. Derek Barnett is another guy. So, when you go through all this, when you go through the second half, I'm glad that they won this game, but it was a nice test of a game. Like we said before this game even started, like the opener started, we said, hey, this is going to be a good test for for our receivers. Which it's not even like you said, like we're not worried about the offense. I'm not worried about the offense, period. Just of how many playmakers we have, depth
Yeah.
at running back, depth at offensive line, depth at receiver. I mean, there's depth across the board. I not even when you go to the defense, even the linebackers didn't really play good coverage at all. Like Nigel Brown was the leading tackler of the game, but other than that, like the pass rush has to be good next week, like you said, and the corners have to. I mean, these corners have to at least, the
Use something.
defensive line can't do everything for them. Like they can't do everything for them at all. It's just they can't the defensive line cannot hold these corners' hands like I got you the whole way. It just can't. I'm tired of not having an above average corner. I'm tired of having, since Asante Samuel, you know what I mean? Like, we haven't really had anything in here. All we've been doing, especially the Chip Kelly days, picking up free agent, before him, picking up free agent, corners, and it just hasn't been working out. Hasn't been working out at all. Me personally, I would never pay a corner anymore in this league because they get paid way too much money. But they really have to work on it. I mean, it could have been a first game fluke. They probably, I mean, let me tell you, it's the first game. It's the first game. That's all I really say about it, because you know what? They could have been off. You know what I mean? The guys haven't got a lot of game type situational playing time, even though that Doug says these practices were intense, but apparently they weren't intense enough, because a whole entire half they were kicking our ass and was feeling a little embarrassed. So what can I say about that?
Well, you pretty much nailed it. I mean, I know Sidney Jones is saying how, oh well, I could have just cleaned it up, and I don't know about that. The jury is still out on Sidney Jones. Sidney Jones needs to step up to the plate, because it's like you said, we haven't had a really good corner in a long time. Matter of fact, since Asante Samuel was here. He also wore 22, which is what Sidney Jones wears. And people compared Sidney Jones when we drafted him. They were like, oh, well, we got another Asante Samuel. He's a pick magnet. He's this, he's that. And he hasn't been that yet. And this is the year that he has to be that. And this is the year we really need him to be that. Otherwise, in the offseason, we're going to be stuck here at square one again saying, all right, well, we need to get a real corner. We need to draft a corner. And, if we can just use our draft picks for more positions, then we would prefer that, because we would love to see Sidney Jones come into his own and be a good player. And then your cornerbacks are young and pretty damn good, with Cravon LeBlanc and Avonte Maddox, who had an interception, but he dropped it in this game. So did Ronald Darby. Ronald Darby's been inconsistent. These guys have played well. Our corners have played well over the last couple of years, but they haven't had consistency, and we got to have a little more consistency. We're beat up at corner right now. I mean, I just mentioned Cravon LeBlanc. He is not playing. He's injured. Jalen Mills still injured. So I don't know. I don't know what we can do, but these guys got to step up and play, especially going up against one of the most talented receiving corps in the NFL.
Yeah, that's definitely true. So we're good on the Redskins. We're good with the first win. We're going straight to the second week now.
Yep.
We're all good. Okay. So we all know the news that Malik Jackson had a foot injury in this game, and this wasn't because it was rolled up on or anything. He literally planted his foot. His foot was in pain, and that was it. Was in a walking boot. After the game, he said he was fine. But we all know how that rolls. And then Doug Peterson
Mhm.
pretty much said he's probably going to be out. The report came out that he's going to be out the whole year. So Malik Jackson was put on IR. Big loss for the Philadelphia Eagles, the first free agency pickup that we had that was very important. It's really sad. Malik Jackson on Instagram kind of said to the fans like he's going to work his ass off to come back, and I believe him. And he'll be better. He'll be back next year. And I hope hope for the best for Malik Jackson. I mean, it sucks. It does.
Mhm.
But everyone puts their head down about it. But at the same time, Timmy Jernigan that was with us that we picked up in 2017 ended up getting a 4-year extension after within 5-6 games had a 4-year extension and was supposed to be like the future defensive tackle with this team. And ended up falling off, had the spinal injury, was not doing good. Was kind of battling back from that and didn't really play until later last year, in 2018. So then after that, he started playing okay at the end of the year last year. And then finally, he's 100%, was already told he has a chip on his shoulder. He has said to reporters that you'll see in September what I'm going to do. And Timmy Jernigan, we love his swagger. We love the way he plays. He brings him some excitement to the defensive line. But people got to stop knocking on, Timmy Jernigan so much because this guy is a prime starter in the league. And yes, we have no depth at defensive tackle right now. Not too much like if we still had Malik Jackson. But these guys have to stay healthy. So I want to know what you think about Timmy Jernigan coming in to take that role for Malik Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything you say. First thing I want to say, though, is Malik Jackson was my favorite signing of the offseason. And then combine that with getting Timmy Jernigan to come back on the low for $1 million. I thought that was huge. I thought, man, the interior of the defensive line is just way too stacked. And then, Malik goes down, and that sucks. And I saw his Instagram post too. He's very upset right now, but he'll get back, and he'll have a good season next year. I'm sure of that. But Timmy Jernigan, like you said, I agree with what you said. This is what he does. He brings swagger to the Philadelphia Eagles. He brings swagger to the defensive line. He's got the grills and the picture of him in the locker room standing next to Doug Peterson with the mask on and with his gold teeth and stuff like that. And he was a little bit pissed off, about. I don't think he was too pissed off, but I think he was a little pissed off about the whole Malik Jackson thing, like way back when, because he was like, "Hey guys, Malik Jackson's not just going to come in and start. He has to take my position from me." Blah blah blah. And I think Timmy Jernigan is really excited to be back in this role. Like you said, he got paid after a few games with us, and he played his ass off that year. He did everything that we could have wanted him to do coming over in that trade with the Ravens. So I think Timmy Jernigan is ready for this. I think he's very excited for it. And I think he's going to take advantage of this opportunity, ball out. And we may, in February or March, we may be talking about, hey, are we going to give Timmy Jernigan an extension? That may come up again, even though as ironic as that might be.
Yeah, no, he just brings a fire to this defensive line, and I know he had the only sack against the Redskins, but he's made a lot of plays for us and done a really good job, and it has a Super Bowl ring for it. So he brought a lot to this team. When Fletcher Cox was out in 2017 for 2 games, I think he was out for the Chargers game, and I think one more game after that. Or before that, I forgot which 2 games, but I know he was out for the Chargers. And Timmy Jernigan laid it down, man. He took over. I mean, he took over that defensive line, and you know what? I mean, I know, we really can't afford to lose Fletcher Cox whatsoever, but when he's in there, it's always an exciting feeling that he has. So I'm very happy with that. So with the Philadelphia Eagles, we try to figure out right now, who is going to take that spot, what's going to happen. Are the Eagles going to? I was really hoping that they were not going to just bring up Bruce Hector from practice squad to the active roster, but they have signed a defensive tackle, free agent, and Akeem Spence. So, Philly Jim, what do you know about Akeem Spence?
I don't know a lot about Hakeem Spence, but I'll tell you what I do know about him. He was drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a few years ago. Uh, wasn't really a full-time starter with Tampa, but he played some, so he has playing experience with the Buccaneers. He also last season he started 16 games with the Miami Dolphins, and this year he didn't make the final 53-man cut. So the Eagles pretty much picked him up in wake of the Malik Jackson injury. So I wouldn't expect him to come in and do anything crazy. But if all he needs to do is pretty much eat up blocks, stop the run, rush a little bit. And that's all we need him to do. Timmy Jernigan and Fletcher Cox. Those are the guys that we need to depend on to get to the quarterback and be our guys up front. But Spence, he'll come in and do some things. He's gonna be like like in 2017, Bo Allen was this type of player for us. That wasn't really anything special, but he just came in and did what he had to do, and we won games because of that.
Yeah, Hakeem Spence. So his stats for last year for the Miami Dolphins, full-time starter for all 16 games. I think he had 2 sacks, 43 tackles, 6 tackles for loss. So I can't really go off of that because I think he's on a better roster. That's definite, a better defensive line than what the Miami Dolphins had last year. Because the Miami Dolphins are right now in rebuilding mode indefinitely. So I don't. I'm just gonna say right now, I'm not expecting much because I don't know what he's gonna bring. I really don't know because I just can't. I can't even. I don't have an answer for it. All I care about is if he comes in to disrupt that backfield. As long as he gets in the backfield, he makes the running back sidestep. He makes the quarterback in the pot or whatever it is.
Yeah.
As long as he does something, I don't care. If you bring pressure, if you're on the defensive line, you bring pressure on this Eagles defensive line, you're doing your job and you're helping somebody else make a play. So this is really good. I like it. I like it a lot. But I'm glad they didn't just bring someone else bring Bruce Hector up from practice squad.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they actually went out, did their homework, and said, I mean, what free agents are really available right now? I think we were talking about it a couple of days ago. We said Benny Logan was still out there, and other than that, I really didn't even look at the list at all who was really out there still. But but the Eagles do their homework. Anytime there's a free agent out there, if we have an injury, whatnot. So now we have Hakeem Spence. We see what he could do against the Falcons and see what happens.
Right.
So the Eagles ended up releasing Richard Rodgers. Was supposed to be our third tight end. He's been hurt the past couple seasons, and he just cannot stay healthy. Mostly gets hurt before the season even starts, and that's happened the past couple of years. So Richard Rodgers is released. They have signed Alex Ellis, the tight end. Went through waivers. No one picked him up. So we signed him to the practice squad. And we have signed a cornerback, Craig James. That's his name. We brought him up from to the active roster, promoted to the active roster. So I don't know much about Craig James at all. So I don't know if you do and whatnot. But I know you sent me some things. So just tell me about that and what do you know about Craig James?
Okay, well, what I do know about Craig James is he spent some time with the Minnesota Vikings last year, and we picked him up and we put him on our practice squad. And teams were interested in signing Craig James off of our practice squad. Teams wanted him, but apparently the Philadelphia Eagles like Craig James so much that they didn't want another team to pick him up. So they released Richard Rodgers and they brought him up. So I don't know what's going to happen there. Do they really like him? If they really like him, I don't question Howie Roseman as a talent evaluator. I really don't. I mean, we didn't know who Cravon LeBlanc was until even Jim Schwartz didn't know who he was.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Who's that?" at his press conference, and He comes out and he's making plays for us, game-winning plays on the field. Maybe Craig James can be another Cravon LeBlanc. I hope he is, because like we mentioned earlier, we need all the help we can get with our corners. We need guys that can cover. So if this guy can cover, I'm down with it. But I couldn't tell you a whole lot about him like I wish I could.
Yeah, no, I can't say a damn thing about him at all. I don't. I think the only thing I read was he came from the Vikings, and like that was it. Other than that, I could probably ask one of my good buddies is a Vikings fan. I could probably ask him if he knows anything about him or whatnot, but I'll update you guys on that probably later. So we need to figure out right now. So going into week 2 now, Eagles going to the Falcons, going in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we did our test against the Redskins. Now we're facing a pretty loaded up, all across the board. You talked about the running backs, from the quarterback to the running backs, defensive line, linebackers, and a pretty good safety. So talk to me about the matchup you're really going to see, what you're interested in with this Falcons team coming up this Sunday night.
Well, one thing I can tell you is there's going to be a chess match in this game. It's going to be between linebacker Deion Jones covering Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert. Deion Jones does not get mentioned with Bobby Wagner. He does not get mentioned with Luke Kuechly and, the guys, the most notable linebackers in the league, but he's very underrated. He just signed an extension with the Atlanta. The guy can really play. He's a really good player. So that's one right there. The Falcons got some guys up front that can get after the quarterback. People don't talk about the Falcons for their defensive line. They talk about them for their receiving corps. He's Julio Jones and Calvin Ridley, Mohamed Sanu. But this defensive line is pretty good. They got guys that can come off the edge and get you. Vic Beasley from Clemson. We know Clemson puts out good wide receivers, but they've been putting out good defensive linemen. And Vic Beasley is another one of those guys. He's explosive off the line. Same with Tack McKinley. He went to UCLA, drafted a couple years ago. He's explosive too. They got Grady Jarrett in the middle. They got Claiborne had a game where he had like 5 sacks or something against the Dallas Cowboys a few years ago. So this guy, these defensive linemen can get after you. So this Philadelphia Eagles offensive line is going to be called upon again. They did a great job against the Washington Redskins, and their front is nothing to sneeze at either. And they did a good job there. They got to do it again. They got to keep Carson Wentz clean in the pocket. Make sure he has time to make the right reads and make sure he has time to get the ball out. We don't want him running around for his life, even though he's mobile. Keep that pocket clean for Carson Wentz. Mm-hmm. And I'm also looking at this, at the Atlanta Falcons. A lot of things can happen in week 1, and, you don't know if certain things are going to keep going on, but this Atlanta Falcons team gave up a lot of rushing yards to the Minnesota Vikings. Over 170 yards rushing for Minnesota on 38 carries. So Minnesota Vikings are pretty much getting 4.5 yards per attempt. Dalvin Cook ran wild, over 111 yards on the day. So you're going to look at Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson, he's got a lot of horses in the backfield. Miles Sanders played 65% of the snaps. What does that tell you? Doug Peterson loves Miles Sanders. He loves him the most out of any running back, even more than Darren Sproles. And from just watching the game, you would probably guess that Darren Sproles played the most snaps. But no, it was Miles Sanders. He has a trick up his sleeve with Miles Sanders, and I think the Miles Sanders coming out party is going to be in this game Sunday night. We're going to have to get our running game going early and often. And like when you talked about Jordan Howard earlier, Jordan Howard, when he comes in at the end of the game, man, teams don't like the way the NFL is set up today. Physicality, teams don't want the physicality anymore. So when it gets to the fourth quarter, these teams are worn out, and they're just trying to get to the end of the game. And then you got a fresh, powerful running back who can come in and deliver the blow to you in the fourth quarter. You don't want to mess with that. And that's what you saw with the Washington Redskins on that drive that lasted so long. So I'm looking at this running back group. I'm looking at the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line, and I'm looking at our tight ends against Deion Jones.
I agree with everything you just said right there. Though that's going to be the prime matchup, and just not to mention that the Minnesota Vikings only threw the ball 10 times that game. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, you would think with that defensive line they do have that it would have been throwing the ball a lot more, but it seemed like the run game really did work a lot. And I think what the Eagles have at offensive line is a lot better than what the Vikings have at offensive line right now. But the new news right now is that not only are the Eagles dealing with an injury from Malik Jackson being on IR, that the Falcons are dealing with some injuries of their own, and that's on the offensive line. So you're going to have the first pick, Lindstrom, at left guard. He is out this game. He's going to be out for 8 weeks. He broke his toe against the Vikings in week 1. Going to be out. So they're going to have some nobody backup at left guard. Right tackle, they have a guy named, I think, McGarry. His name is Caleb McGarry. Has been dealing with a lot of health issues as well. He's been rotating at practice. Dan Quinn has been rotating the right tackles at practice all week, and they're both dealing with the right tackle. They're both dealing with major health concerns. So right tackle's not looking good. Left guard's not looking good at all. The Eagles need to take advantage of those injuries on the offensive line that Falcons do have. And we need a pass rush. Like you said, we need a pass rush. And, these corners, we can't be holding their hands. They got to go out and make plays, okay? We've faced the Falcons a lot of years, okay? We have faced them. Now, we haven't, I think, 2015 we went there. I think in the beginning of the year we went there and we did lose. But we haven't played well over at what is it called? The Mercedes-Benz Dome. I forgot what it's called.
Have we played there since they've built that stadium?
We played there once. So the last year, Chip Kelly, we played there.
Oh, okay.
DeMarco Murray and stuff. We played there the last year, and we know when Jordan Matthews missed the catch for the first down in the game. Oh no, I think we threw a. Oh yeah, it went through Jordan Matthews' hands, and they got a pick. Yeah, that's when we lost.
Kiko Alonso had like a one-hander pick in there.
Yeah, I was like, he's the real deal. No.
But anyway, we gave up Shady for that guy. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the Falcons. One thing I forgot to say, it just seemed to slip my mind. The Falcons' offensive line was pretty putrid against Minnesota. Matt Ryan, one thing you don't want to do is turn the ball over early when you are on the road. And that's exactly what Minnesota Vikings forced Matt Ryan to do. They couldn't protect him. So he's throwing interceptions. He threw 2 interceptions in this game, and the Vikings, they got on Atlanta early. And then, the rest is history. Atlanta only scored 12 points. So, if the Eagles can take advantage of, we don't know who our starting right tackle is going to be, that can throw that. It's not just about matchups, about how, Brandon Graham will probably bowl one of these guys over and put Matt Ryan into the turf. But when you got a right tackle and you don't know who's starting on that right side, you don't know who's starting on the offensive line, period. The offensive linemen have to have cohesiveness. They have to know the calls, because there's audibles. Sometimes you got to change the protection. And you don't know what the shit is, then it's going to be false starts out the ass. And next thing you know, it's third and you got the ball 3rd and 4. It's pretty. You can probably draw up a play that can get you 4 yards and get you that first down. But that's penalty sets you back. It's 3rd and 14. And then the Philadelphia Eagles can just send their front 4, have everybody else drop back and into coverage, and they can send their front 4 after you, pin their ears back and go get Matt Ryan. That's not something you want to deal with. So, yeah, the Falcons have to protect Matt Ryan to have a chance to win this game. They got a lot of firepower, but if they can't protect, then it's going to be all for naught. So hopefully this works out in our favor. We mentioned the corners earlier, but the best case scenario is we get pressure on Matt Ryan all night.
Yeah, we need pressure on him all night. But it's funny because Jim Schwartz, like, he does a lot of stuff where he moves the defensive line, like, different positions. Like in that Redskins game, I saw Malik Jackson at defensive tackle, and they put Fletcher Cox at defensive end. Like, he was moving guys around to try to get some pressure. So I understand that this Falcons offensive line is hurt right now, but you know what? Like, everyone was saying, we were going to kill the Redskins last week. We were going to kill them last week. But I think most of that game was just due to a lot of rust because, number one, they haven't played a game before that. None of the starters played together. So that was probably a big, that was just a whole thing with that. And then coming to this game, are we going to see, you never know. Or, like, even though they have two glaring holes at offensive line right now with the Falcons, are they going to look the same like last week? I mean, this is their home opener. Of the year, so it's going to get rowdy in there, and the Falcons are going to come in pissed off, and they're going to want to win. But the resiliency of this team, especially this defense, just they never give up, and you know what? They're gonna give them a run for their money because honestly, we shouldn't be losing this game. It's going to be a chess match, of course. It's going to come down to, like you said, like they're going to do things different, like certain pass protection. They're going to double Fletcher Cox, or you never know what's going to happen because as of right now, with Malik Jackson going, Fletcher's probably going to get doubled, unless Timmy is going to go in there and do some work, and I hope he does. I just want pressure. I don't care who it's from. You like saw last week, like Brian Baldinger went over Derek Barnett going against Donald Penn. Donald Penn's been in the league for a long time, and Derek Barnett beat him up last week. Was making tackles from one side of the field to the other, chasing guys down, and it looked absolutely amazing. Like, I pulled that video up. I will upload that video, but it was amazing. I was like, damn, I didn't even notice that. When you're at the game, you really don't notice too much because you're sitting from afar and you're trying to get a glance at who's really making plays. But the Eagles are not going to take this game lightly either. I mean, the Falcons had their chance a couple of years ago. The Falcons had their damn chance, and they blew it. They blew a huge lead in the Super Bowl. They had their damn chance, and they're not going to have that chance ever again. And honestly, I could see maybe us playing them down the road, maybe. But as of right now, I don't think – I know they have on paper, they look good. And trust me, we've seen a lot of teams this year good on paper. And then playing that first week, we've seen a lot of teams fall apart. So the Jets fall apart. We've seen the Cleveland Browns fall apart by the Titans.
30.
And you really can't take it serious. You really can't take this, seriously sometimes because people overhype these teams like crazy. And then when they get to a game, it's a totally different team when they get to a game. They can make it look exciting in preseason or at practice or whatever the hell you want to call it. But when it's crunch time, when it's game time, you better be ready because I'm seeing a very hungry team for and the Falcons trying to get that win. But I see the Eagles are going to just keep stomping on their damn necks and make sure they don't take one more last breath.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll say this. I think the Atlanta Falcons are a really good team. I think I had them actually winning the NFC South, but they came out way too flat, and I just wasn't expecting that. 12 points from you should get the ball in the end zone at least once. You go out and kick however many field goals, that's pretty much unacceptable. So, if the Falcons can take advantage of our secondary and they can put points on the board, but that's the best case scenario. They just keep scoring and keep scoring and keep scoring. But if they keep scoring, we can keep scoring. I feel like our offense can run with anyone in the league right now. Anyone. And that includes even New England. If Antonio Brown doesn't get, the hammer for what's going on with him. But anyway, that's besides the point. I think we'll win this game. Because I just feel like we're going to be more prepared. The Falcons are going to – it's going to be hard, but the Falcons, they don't want to follow an 0-2 start. But I think we're going to be ready. The first half was extended preseason. The second half, that is the Philadelphia Eagles that you can expect to see going forward. And I think we're going to come out with momentum from that second half. We're going to carry it over, and we're going to keep rolling.
Yeah, it seems like the Eagles do better in the second half. I mean, even last year, like we just weren't putting enough points on the board. Like we couldn't. I mean, we're averaging 20 points a game, but we couldn't even get drives going. The only bad thing that could happen is if our offense goes 3 and out, and our defense is going to get tired because it's just going to be way too much. It's just going to be way too much. Even with the rotation, it's way too much. But you keep Matt Ryan in that pocket, which our offense totally just changed. Even with Deshaun Jackson even being in the lineup, it totally changed the way things are. Because either Deshaun Jackson is going to get double teamed and you're going to take 2 guys out of the box. And what's going to happen is you're going to open the middle of the field up. And then what's going to happen is Nelson Aguilar didn't really – it doesn't really matter. Like these receivers, I'm not trying to go by how much they catch every game. It doesn't matter. They all want to win. They do not care if they get 1 catch or no catches a game. But Nelson Aguilar, had 2 catches, didn't have much. Dallas Goedert had a catch or 2. I mean, there really wasn't much from those guys. It was Deshaun Jackson. Alshon Jeffrey is still a favorable target for Carson Wentz. And Zach Ertz only got targeted a few times. He had that one good when he caught on the sideline over the corner, and he stayed in bounds and got to the 3-4 yard line. But I was happy in that first game that Zach Ertz wasn't targeted, barely targeted, which I was so happy. I was like, yes. It's not the Zach Ertz show. It's the everybody is all in show. That's what the show is, okay? It's not one person, and we're seeing a totally different Carson Wentz now and coming to hopefully his MVP form this year.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. I mean, this team just spreads the ball around. It's just different. I cannot even say enough about Carson Wentz. I've been talking about all offseason how, listen, he's going to put an end to all the bullshit this year. He's going to come out firing. People were so worried about him not playing in the preseason. And some of those people in the first half were saying, see, this is why I said he needed to play snaps in the preseason. Comes out in the second half, and he looked phenomenal in the second half. I talked a little bit about the throw to Alshon Jeffrey earlier, but there's not a lot of quarterbacks in the league that can make that pass. I think Aaron Rodgers can make that pass. Patrick Mahomes can make that pass. Carson Wentz can make that pass too. He can make all the passes. He was getting out of the pocket. Last year, I don't think we saw that same explosiveness with him for some reason, whether it's a knee brace slowing him down or whatever. He looks a lot more like the guy he was in 2017 than the guy he was in 2018. And something else to say about Carson Wentz. I forgot to say this, but his the year he should have won the MVP, the Eagles were insanely good on converting third downs. Carson Wentz was just extending plays and getting the ball down the field, finding the open guy. He was doing it. In this game against the Redskins, he was doing it again. So much so that he was 11 of 12 on third downs for nearly 200 yards passing, 3 touchdown passes. All 3 of his touchdown passes were on third downs. No interceptions. So he really looked like the MVP out there. We're talking MVP talk with those numbers I just said, 11 to 12 on third down. That's MVP talk right there. So I couldn't stop smiling when I was at the game because I was like, he's back. And last year I kept waiting to see a game where I was like, he's back. But he had some good games, but he never had that game where I was like, he's really the fuck back. And that game, when he was shuffling his feet, making that pass to Alshon Jeffrey, that's when I said he's back.
Yeah, no, his ball placement, his just elusiveness, just like his pocket awareness, just going out of the pocket. If you're winning on third down, like you said, you're already talking about like an MVP candidate. Like if you're winning on third downs, if you're already scoring that much on third downs, and you literally can't lose football games. You really can't unless your defense gives up. But you literally can't. Like we said, with this team going, if this team is in the red zone, this team should not be kicking field goals. Period. You got so much. You got so much in the backfield. There's not just the offensive line, not just Carson Wentz extending him by himself, but look at the weapons you have behind him running the football up there. Then you could throw in JJ Arcega-Whiteside. You could throw in Deshaun Jackson. You could throw in, you have every guy's like over 6'2", 6'3". I mean, it's just there's gonna be a mismatch on every play, and we found it last week. We found it Quinn Dunbar, and Josh Norman can't stay. Josh Norman can't cover Deshaun Jackson. We all found that out. We already knew that he can't. Nobody can cover Deshaun Jackson. There's not one guy. He ran his highest speed. He ran was like 22 miles an hour, almost 22 miles an hour, which is crazy, which is just nuts.
He was the third fastest player in the NFL on Sunday.
Crazy. And you really just can't look past this team. I think if we didn't have Deshaun Jackson, Doug would have to be more creative, be more creative on how to open field. But, you need a deep threat on a football team. Like, regardless, you need one. I mean, if we didn't have Deshaun Jackson, honestly, who do we have left? I mean, Shelton Gibson ended up getting, traded, getting up released. He's gone, which I think he should have had another chance because I think it was just bullshit the way he was kind of dealt his last year. He had a really phenomenal preseason last year and then really wasn't given another chance. He had a good catch during that Vikings game. He caught a ball in double coverage, and then they just took him out of the game. Like, that was it. Took him out of the game. Had no use. I think Doug was more cared about utilizing two tight ends. And then the creativity you see in this offense, Andre Dillard is going in as a blocking tight end, which is even more crazy, which is good for him because now he's getting reps as a blocking tight end. He can go out for passes if he wants at this point. He went in as a blocking tight end. That Alshon Jeffrey, that little screen pass that he had, that kid didn't count as a fourth touchdown for Carson Wentz and kind of, ran in there for a touchdown. But just so much creativity. I think last year with Mike Groh as the offensive coordinator, I blame Mike Groh for a lot of things last year. But then I finally realized Carson was not ready to play. Period. Not ready to play. He was wearing the brace. He had the stress fracture in his back. He wasn't 100%. Everyone thinks he re-injured his leg, which wasn't. It was the injury from last year, from 17 to 2018, he just wasn't ready. He just wasn't ready at all. The back fracture, he looked like a pocket quarterback. The offensive line barely was blocking for him at the time. He was getting hit too much, and it was the Nick Foles show all over again. But I see a whole different Carson Wentz. I see him, like I said, the pocket awareness. I mean, I've seen quarterbacks. I've never seen like quarterbacks like Sam Darnold. He missed Robbie Anderson, his deep threat Robbie Anderson. I don't know how many times going down the field, at least 3 times wide open for touchdowns. Overthrew him, underthrew him, couldn't throw the ball at all. You know what I mean? Even watching that game. You know what I mean? Like there's like this it factor with Carson Wentz, and we saw in 2017, and then 2018 rolled around, and we're like, my God, like what is he doing? Why isn't Doug taking him out of the game? But I gave Mike Groh a pass because Carson Wentz was just, like I said, not ready to play. But this year, even seeing him, right now, this offensive line is this team is just so close. It's just there's no separation with all these guys. There's nothing. I mean, you pretty much got the same roster from 2017 almost. Minus 2 running backs, minus the defensive lineman and Chris Long. But other than that, you literally everybody not only came back because Ronald Darby came back on a cheap deal, didn't want to go to another team. What's Ronald Darby's best bet going to free agency in 2019? 2020? What's his best bet? He visited the Kansas City Chiefs, what's the point of going there, learning a new system, learning to get along with new players, while he could stay in Philadelphia where he knows everything and everybody and how to play with everyone to stay here. Timmy Jernigan would have been a 13, 12, $13 million cap hit. He leaves. We go through the draft. He comes back on a million and a half deal for nothing. Vinny Curry came back on what, a $2 million deal. I mean, people are seeing how we play. I'm telling you, it's all about the culture. Anderson Dejo came here because it's a winning culture. Zach Brown came here because it's a winning culture. Like it's the culture. The players get rewarded for doing well, and you get rewarded for doing well. And you have to worry about a player not wanting a restructure, not wanting a pay cut. It's just like, as long as whatever it takes to win and hold that Lombardi trophy at the end of the year in February, that's all that matters. And that's all who cares about this. That's all that matters with this team. And everyone is starting to see it with the Eagles. Like, I can go to the Eagles and play with this. You go in there, a high targeted free agent could go to the Eagles and be like, I don't need to be that it factor, like, because they already have the place. The leaders are already placed with the Eagles. There's already leaders. You go in there, and just play your role and play well, and that's all that matters. But Carson Wentz, I was so happy, and you know what? Even though that first half was really bad, all I said to myself was, I'm just waiting for it. I'm just waiting for this place to explode. I was upset. I was like, man, we're looking like crap. Redskins are embarrassing us right now. But I was waiting for this place to explode. And Carson Wentz, man, I mean, because we even last year, the year before that, like, his deep ball actually wasn't that good. But you could tell off the bat, between the chemistry with him and with Deshaun Jackson, not even just him, but everybody, those passes are crisp, clean passes, perfect. And you know what? I couldn't be any happier with this guy. I couldn't be any happier with him. So I can't wait to see what he does against in front of the whole world on Sunday night, because now it's not about Carson Wentz from certain fan bases. Now, I didn't hear much about Carson Wentz at all. Carson Wentz had a good game, so no one talks shit about Carson Wentz at all. Now it's the corners can't cover, defense sucks. We only, the Redskins score all these points in the first half, but half of these fans don't realize that we did not have any starters playing. We had nobody playing together all preseason. The Redskins played in preseason. The starters played in preseason. Okay, that's what no one understands, because, like, you know what I mean? Like, look at the Rams. Did the Rams win their game Sunday? I don't even remember. I think Carolina was coming back. They won. Okay, they won by it was a close game. It was a field goal. Okay. The Rams didn't play any starters. Last year they didn't play any starters either. But hey, right now, I don't care what anyone else says. All I care about is what this team is doing now. Take it game by game, because you got half these Eagle fans that are like, "Oh, we're gonna kill them. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. This is gonna happen." You can't do that, man. You just can't do that, because you never know. It's the NFL. It's a year by year. Just because you beat a team last year doesn't mean you're necessarily going to beat them this year, because a lot of changes were made. The Falcons made some changes this year. Now, you don't have to worry about Tevin Coleman and Tevin Coleman in the backfield, the 1-2 punch with Devontae Freeman anymore. You don't have to worry. You have, I think the Falcons hired a new offensive coordinator this year, so a new offensive coordinator. I know that was a change. You know what I mean? Claiborne, came back this year. Jarrett got a big extension. Claiborne played for the Patriots. He went to the Patriots. He won a ring. Then he came back. He came back to the Falcons. And you know what? They have a lot of good pieces. They have a lot of good players on that team. And you know what? I think Doug is smart enough and Mike Rowe is smart enough to see these mismatches that we're going to have. And, and then when you go to the defensive side of the ball, I think, Jim Schwartz has a game plan. He has a game plan. And you know what? We're not going to see picket fence defenses like we did last year, where we had 13 cornerback changes, Devontae Bosby, Chan Sullivan, all these guys, Trey Sullivan, all these guys that were just so many. There were so many moving parts. They couldn't communicate. It was picket defense the whole time. They couldn't cover a dump off pass. They couldn't cover a damn thing. So watch out for the Eagles this year, because you know what? You start doubting them, they'll start coming back with a punch. So I'm I'm looking for a big punch in the mouth by the Philadelphia Eagles to the Atlanta Falcons Sunday night.
That's what they're built on, man. People doubting them and talking shit about them all the time. So, what better thing do you have than, all people on TV talking about Carson Wentz and saying how, oh well, still has the Nick Foles thing hanging over his head, and he'll never not have that hanging over his head, which is ridiculous. Nick Foles got hurt on Sunday against the Kansas City Chiefs. And Carson Wentz at his press conference, he said, "Hey, I called Nick Foles and reached out and talked to him." So these guys care about each other. It's not about, oh well, he has shit hanging over his head. Brandon Graham, I remember the year we won the Super Bowl. It was after the Falcons game. Brandon Graham, he walks up to the camera and he's like, "Oh, Peter Schrager, fuck you." And these guys they love being doubted and shitted on. It's like even last year when we were dead in the water, that pretty much we're 5-6. We got fucked over by the refs in the Cowboys game. The team just came back to life after that, just when you thought it was pretty much over. So, yeah, I think this team does have a chip on their shoulder. I think this team feels like they could have won another championship last year. The ball just went right through Alshon Jeffrey's hands, and Alshon Jeffrey beat himself up about it. But you mentioned the culture. The fans were not upset about Alshon Jeffrey dropping that pass. Doug Peterson was not upset about him dropping that pass. Nick Foles was not upset about him dropping that pass. They know we'll be back. So I think this is a year we're going to get back. We got some tough games. It's not going to be easy every week. In 2017, we kicked everyone's ass. I don't think we're going to be able to kick everyone's ass. But we got the firepower to keep winning games. So I'm just looking for these guys to – and it's also important to know that you don't always want to come out and, show everything you got in the first game. It's always – like, you don't want to peak in week one. You want to peak later in the season. So you just want to improve in every game. So, our secondary needs to play better. That's something we need to build on. Offense has to get going earlier. That's something we can build on going into the Falcons game. So these coaches, Doug Peterson, Mike Groh, and Jim Schwartz and others are sitting in the film room with these guys saying, hey, this is where we fucked up last week. This is a good football team we're going to play in. It's in their house. It's in prime time. It's their home opener. Whole world's going to be watching it. Everybody watches Sunday Night Football because they don't have anything else to do. They want to watch a game. All people want to do is watch football all day. People are going to be watching your ass. So let's clean our shit up and let's show the whole world what we're about. So that's what hopefully we're going to see.
Yeah, no, I really, not to go down memory lane too much, but man, I'm telling you, just to how much it takes to get to a Super Bowl, like the stuff that you have to go through, not only as a fan, but as your team has to go through a whole abundance of adversity, and just to get to that game. Like, I'm telling you right now, I'm ready for this year, but man, that Super Bowl year though, I after it was over, bro, I was relieved and I was so stressed. It was good stress. It was stress, but it was good stress. It was weird stress. With these games, I'm hoping not to expect, these close games. You know how the Eagles give us a heart attack every game with all these games we play, and it's always down to the last straw minute. And with this Atlanta Falcons team, it's always been down to the last straw. And happened last year. We unveiled the Super Bowl flag at the stadium, which was absolutely amazing. And then going through that, and there was just so much going on. And last minute for that game, and then in the divisional round in 2017, down to the last wire. This team should be averaging over 30 points a game. We have discussed this a billion times. This team is not 20 points per game. This team is a lot more than that. Okay. And you know what? At this point, I'm taking it game by game, not like some fan bases that just think they're just going to win it all this year. But at this point in time, I'm just happy that we got past our first game. It was a nice. I'm just glad we didn't face some high powered offensive. I'm glad we had a nice easy stretch for the first game. Because, I mean, not easy, but you know what I'm saying. Like a team that's not very good offensively, defensively, just okay. But it was a good test. But I think this is a playoff team. This is a playoff team. This is a playoff team with a lot of weapons. You can't ask for a better roster. That's pretty balanced on both sides of the ball. You look at the Kansas City Chiefs. You look at the Chiefs. Like defensively, they got nobody. Like defensively, I think really nothing of them defensively. High powered offense, but defensively doesn't really amaze me too much.
They are without Tyreek Hill for now, so the Chiefs' offense could be in trouble. But yeah, you're right though. I mean this is a great test for the Eagles. I love having a test. I hate it when you start off a season and you play like all these shitty teams, and then you blow out shitty teams, and then it's just that I don't mind. I mean, I would love to play shitty teams and just blow them out, but at the same time, I want to play somebody early in the season that can get us ready for to play for the playoffs. Get ready to play these top teams in the league. Playing against Atlanta on the road this weekend, and then in a couple weeks going to Green Bay to face Aaron Rodgers. I think these are two really big games for Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles that if they win both of these big games on the road in primetime in front of the whole world watching them, that is going to boost their confidence a whole lot.
Yeah, no, it is. And you know what? I'm glad you're facing guys. Then you're facing Tom Brady later in the year that will be at that game. Hopefully I will be at that game. Hopefully we're both at this game and we could, that's going to be a whole Tom Brady versus Carson Wentz. Sounds pretty damn good to me. Good, a nice matchup. So yeah, like you said, you have, look, I don't think Matt Ryan is horrible. I don't think he's the best quarterback, but at this point, I don't think he's anything special. Pro Bowl quarterback, but I'm not a Matt Ryan fan. That's just me.
Yeah.
But I think Green Bay will be a good test too because Green Bay's defensive line is pretty good, just the starters in general. Aaron Rodgers, look pretty good. I mean, there was definitely some rust between Mitch Trubisky and Aaron Rodgers in the beginning of that game, just a little bit. Mitch Trubisky looked absolutely horrible.
Yeah.
Just when he was just getting pressured, he was just panic throwing. I just felt like he was just throwing the ball, just trying to chuck it up there.
Yeah, he sucks.
Bears defense is definitely good. Don't get me wrong. Both defenses played well that game, but it was like, wow, I didn't expect Mr. Trubisky to really play like that at all. But you could see it with all these, you can see it with all these quarterbacks in the league, man, and Carson could be up there with them. I know he could be up there with them. I just can't wait. It's only week 2. It's only going on week 2 right now, so we have a lot more football left, and the Atlanta Falcons are just a stepping stone, another stone to step all over and step past. To get to that big game in February, and I'm very excited to see where this team ends up. Middle of the of the season. So I'm ready for this game.
Yeah, man. I mean, I got Philadelphia Eagles fever right now. I mean, last season that season felt so long, and it was emotionally, it just took a lot out of you as a fan. Blowing a lead against the Carolina Panthers 17-0, games like that again, and also with the Titans game, losing to Minnesota at home. List goes on, and then we're still alive. We can still win the NFC East. We can still get a wild card. So then, it kind of felt like oh shit, and then it pulled you back in. But it's gonna be different this year. I feel like the team is gonna be back. Um, you know, everything about this squad is just different than it was. Mike Wallace went down. He's not really a down the field threat anymore. Deshaun Jackson's here, so shit. I just needed a break after that season. I just really needed a break, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I can watch the Sixers now and just chill for a while until free agency and the NFL draft.
Mm-hmm.
And then once the draft came and I saw pretty much what we had added to the team, I was very, very excited. I was ready for the Eagles to come back. There was a gap between, all right, I need a break from this fucking team because they took so much shit out of me this year. So I just want to kind of excel for a while. And then the draft comes. We bring back Deshaun Jackson, do all that shit. And then I'm like, wow, this team is going to be fucking good. This may be the best team that Doug Peterson has ever coached. And he came out and said, yeah, this is the best team I've ever coached talent-wise. So, all last week, all I could do was think about playing the Washington Redskins, being at the Link again. It was an electric experience. Another great home opener at Link Financial Field. And then I'm sitting here tonight a few hours ago. I was just eating my dinner, and I was like, man, I'm ready to see this fucking team play again. So, yeah, I couldn't be more excited about this shit.
Yeah, no, like just the excitement, like there's so much excitement now. Like I'm just so happy, like we have a deep threat, Deshaun Jackson now. I've forgotten like how much of a difference, like especially him in general, with his elite speed, of how much of a difference it just how dynamic this offense can get with all these weapons. Not only that, but the depth you have at tight end and receiver is just crazy. And I know Torrey Smith, he only had like 300 yards receiving in 2017. He was a deep threat, but of course he's not Deshaun Jackson. He doesn't have that speed like Deshaun Jackson. But you know what? He caught the passes that really mattered the most. You know what I mean? He tried. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I give him, I keep class act guy. You know what I mean? So, and actually the Panthers actually got rid of Torrey Smith. He's actually a free agent right now. So he doesn't even have a job right now. But, I didn't mind him coming here at all. As long as we had some speed in the back end, I didn't even care at this point. But with Sean Jackson here, not only like I was getting a little nervous because when Quentin was smacked into him and he was pushing him, and I was like, oh, here we go. But Deshaun was just saying he just had to get that out of his system, and it was just he doesn't take no crap from nobody, and you know what.
Nobody.
And DBs get pissed because they don't like getting beat by him, and they like to try to slow him down. But you're not going to get in Deshaun Jackson's head. He's going to get in your head, regardless of what DB, how good you are. It does not matter. I'm happy with what's going on with this team right now. I think this second half of that Redskins game will come over to play the Falcons on national television in front of a huge audience, and the Carson Wentz is going to show what he's all about. Okay. So I'm ready. I'm ready. So, by the way, if you have not subscribed to Philly Jib's YouTube channel, covers Eagles, Sixers, you name it. He covers all Philly sports, Phillies, everybody. Please subscribe to his channel, guys. Really do appreciate it. We've been working really hard. He's been working very hard on his channel. Get him to 1,000 subs. He really deserves it. So I really do appreciate it. If you haven't liked this video, guys, get the word out there. If you guys have not heard, we are doing this every Wednesday night. Me and Philly Jim are off on Thursday, so it works our schedules out pretty good. So we'll be covering every team. I haven't done my own preview videos. I think I did one for last week, but I didn't do one this week. I'm probably not going to do one this week. I kind of just make this my preview for now, just because I have time, but not too much time. But so that's what we're doing every Wednesday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern. We will be live streaming a preview for the next opponent. And hopefully you guys have been enjoying it. I know we have. I think we've got a pretty good audience in here. I think you guys have really enjoyed us, and we know so many of you guys. It's crazy because we just look at your name, and we just know who's in here. So really do appreciate it. So I'm good. If you have anything else to talk about, I'm down with it. If not,
I'm just gonna read this one comment before we go. X Bacon Grizzler 69 says Philly Jim and Joey Shakes equals hashtag better than WIP. We appreciate that as always. As people in the Philly area know, listening to WIP, the guys on there are pretty much fucking ass clowns. So I understand all the people that come here and they're looking for that breath of fresh air with people that actually know what the hell they're talking about. Other than that, this wraps up a pretty good show. I appreciate all the people that have came over from Joey's channel to support my channel, as well as I'm approaching 900. So you guys help me get to 900, then I will really appreciate that. But anyway, we will see you guys next week when the Detroit Lions come to the link.
By the way, I'm probably going to ask everybody. I'm going to do I'm probably going to put a post up because me and Philly Jim are trying to figure out a name for this, or for like a group name for this stream, like for our streams. And we have no idea. We've kind of we don't even know at this point. So we're just trying to figure that out. We might not even just have one, but we were like, oh, I wonder what we could do, but we still don't know. So, but we'll figure it out.
If you guys can come up with, this goes to everybody. If you guys can help us come up with a legit name for this, I will give whatever person that is a shout out on my channel.
Yeah, I'll pretty much do the same. I'll pretty much
double shout outs.
Philly Shakes. No. Philly Shakes.
Hashtag better than WIP. What if the WIP people found out about it and got pissed off?
We should name it better than WIP. Like, we were thinking about something with our names because Jim, Joe, I don't know. The Jim
Joey
and Joe.
Jim 72.
The Jim and Joe show.
Oh my God. 2 guys in a
2 guys, 1 spit bottle. I don't fucking know.
2 guys in a spit bottle. The Spit Bottle Podcast. Philly Jimmy Shake 72. Hold on, I'm going to read some of these.
Come on, throw some names out there, guys.
Hey, keep them coming for a couple more minutes. Beefy 5-layer burrito. EDB's #1 fan.
Eagle Eye Pod. I think there's something called Eagle Eye Podcast. I'm not sure though. Don't want to get sued, brought to court.
We could just call it ESPN. Me and my guy started one, and we call it the Party on Broad Street Podcast. I'm just a guest on the show, though. Baker Juice. Wait, Backer Juice spitting motherfuckers that are better than WIP. X Bacon Grozer 69. The Pipe Layer Podcast.
Do we even call this a podcast? Like, this would count as a podcast, right? Like, this is what a podcast is? Like,
I don't know what defines a podcast. I just think I always thought podcast was shit people listen to. I guess people are here to listen to us. But I don't know what you call it. For me, it's just like a show.
Steven Conrad says no fly zone live.
Nah, I'm cool with that. I'm good.
Football fanatic
hour.
Philly special show. The Cowboys suck podcast.
Bird News. Nah. Philly John Shakes 72 podcast.
That's all.
We could name our podcast Third and John.
That's like a tongue twister. Welcome to the Philly John Shake 70. It's like weird. Bird Brain show.
Nah, we're not fucking stupid enough to be called Bird Brains. Birds of a Feather. Pretty sure that sounds like it's taken.
Soup. What
the fuck? Okay.
Soup. I mean, I give them credit for like throwing some stuff.
Yeah, they're
out
trying though. Dildo Dak TV. Damn. All right, well, fuck it. We'll put the community post up, and you guys can leave your thoughts there. Winner, I will shout them out. Joey will shout them out. He'll get a shout out.
We'll get a shout out. No, I'm not gonna do like EDP does and charge people for shout outs. Like 20, dude, he get $20, bro. I was like, damn. And it's like, what do you want him to say? And you type it in. I'm like, damn, I didn't even know they had that.
You get him to say whatever you want.
Yeah, that's what you do. For $20, I'm like, screw that. That is just so like scamish. Like, I can't even. That is some scamish shit. It's like, hey, if you want a shout out, let me know. But you have to pay $20.
EDP is a sellout. I'm a fan, but I'll admit he's a sellout.
Yeah, Henry, I'm serious. If you go on like one of his recent videos, he did it last year. So what he does is you go to a website that he's on, and what he does is what you do is you pay him $20, and you tell him to say what name you want to say, and it says, what do you want EDP to say to shout you out? And you type in what you want him to say, and then you pay for it, and then that's it. I mean, that just sounds so fucking like scamish.
So he doesn't actually say it in his video?
No, he does.
Oh.
He'll say whatever you want him to say in your video. But if he's shouting out like 100 million people, like, how is your name going to get out there? You know what I mean? It's just like...
Sounds fake.
It sounds scamish. Like, I would feel like crap if I did that. Like, I would never do that. Like, that's stupid. I'll give anybody a shout out. As long, you know what? I give people shouts as long as they're like, as long as they like are, you know, are making vids. Like, I don't give shouts to people that are like, that don't make videos at all.
You don't?
I mean, like, it depends who it is. It just depends. Like, I like giving shit. I like if someone is like actually doing stuff with YouTube, then yeah. But like,
well, Bacon Grizzler doesn't make videos, but that's my homeboy, so I shout him out.
No, he's my bro. He's my bro. He's my Dude, I miss the the Grand Theft Auto 5 fucking streams, dude. That's what I miss a lot. I miss that shit a lot. It was like every night. It was like me, Bacon, Spunky. Yeah. It was so much fun. Like, it was just so much fun. And honestly, when I was live streaming that, I had like 20-something people in there. So it was like pretty good. It was not bad.
It's so funny. But yeah, that's my homeboy.
The Philly Knights. No, just kidding.
The Philly Knights. The Philly, fuck, I don't know.
But should Philly even be in there? That's what I'm saying. Like, it just sounds so like, I don't know.
In the pocket. Nah.
Like, 4th and John, like, I don't like 4th and John anymore. Like, I used to like them a lot, but since they got so, like,
boring,
like, throw the tie on type professional now, I don't really like watching 4th and John at all. Like, I tried watching them on their last thing, and I was like, I didn't like it. I really didn't. I really wasn't interested in it. Not like I don't like E-Rock or anything, but like
Right.
I used to watch E-Rock when he had his YouTube channel. I used to love his videos. But then like
Yeah.
before they got the green screen studio, like when they actually had that studio, like when they rented out that studio from forgot the I think Wildfire, whatever the hell that radio place was, it was good. But once they started getting this new stuff now, I didn't really like it. And then they had like Dave Spadara on there a week ago, like a week and a half ago. Like me and Philly Jim are like I wouldn't even say like professional. Like
We're just
straight up
regular guys.
we're just straight up dudes talking Eagles, and we don't have to worry about like we curse when we want to. We say whatever the hell's on our minds, and that's it. Because there's gonna be a stream. Like if the Eagles play really bad, like I guarantee you, me and Philly Jim will just be streaming for no reason and just being pissed off, and that's just how it's gonna
Exactly.
be. So,
Yeah, fuck all that extra shit being all professional and shit. I mean, sometimes in my video, I sound like I'm trying to be professional, but I'm really not. I just sound like that because I actually know that much shit about the Eagles. I've had people tell me that I sound like Daniel Jeremiah and shit when I talk about the draft. I'm just like,
what?
dude, I just got to know shit about these players before they come out. I'm like,
Right.
not really Daniel Jeremiah. So
Here's a guy. Here's a guy.
Chris Collinsworth.
Here's a guy.
Well, here's the guy.
Well, here's
Saquon Barkley. He's got real thick thighs. Look at how thick his thighs are. You can't tackle that.
You
You
can't
can't grab
tackle
him
that.
around his thick thighs.
In a way, you sound like Ertz. For Gang Sports says, in a way, you sound like Ertz. Ertz is weird. He talks like he's like
Ertz has like a low ass voice.
Sports Fury 2.0.
Chris Collinsworth is really fucking gay though. He talks about Saquon Barkley's thighs.
Did you see the fucking shit they were wearing for the friggin' Thursday night game?
The hat thing. What the fuck was that?
I'm gonna make it off. They can refuse.
E-Rock said something that was. He said he looked like a 1940s vacuum
salesman. Oh God. I don't know. We'll figure out a name. I don't friggin' know. I don't like. It's either gonna have something with Eagles in it, or it's probably not. It might be something like a name, and then I'll make like a friggin' logo for it, and I'll do some editing with it and see what happens with it. But I think I'll put out. I already put out a post like a week ago. I think it was when we started doing this, and that people put a vote if people are actually liking it, and people are liking it. So, and we do this together because we me and Philly Jim know a lot. We know as much as we know, and we just get takes on it. We're not trying to be like we're not trying
to make money or be more than what we are or shit like that. We're literally just doing this because we like fucking doing it and we have a good time doing it, and we want to bring you guys like listening to it. You guys support both of us, so you guys deserve the best. You guys deserve the best shit that we can give you. So that's pretty much the reason.
Shake and Jimmy show.
Jimmy Kimmel Live. What we could call our show. You could make great money at it. We could, but that's not why we do it.
Of course, I could tell. I could meet up with Philly Jim tomorrow and be like, "Yo, let's go to a radio station and let's go like rent out a radio room for like, we could go rent a radio room and just like meet up every week and do that." But
yeah, fuck that though.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm good with this.
Beat down monster. All right, I'm I'm good on that. We'll put the community post up. You guys put the best shit, the best names you can come up with. I'll shout you out. Joey shout you out. You will get a major shout out.
Major.
The Lane Johnson and Spider-Man show.
What?
Joey was talking shit. That was funny though. Or y'all could just put this audio on Apple. Nah, we're cool, bro. I mean, the people that we want to see this shit, they can watch it on here. So, we got a community here. You guys are the fam. So I don't need to do all that extra shit.
Yeah, like if I see because I check audience wise, like how many more people show up like to these every week. So that just depends. It just depends on that, really. Like, what I mean? Like, once it gets to the point where I think me and Philly Jim, I think the most people we've had in this was like about 50, probably like 51, something like that. So that's the most we've had. So that was pretty cool to see. But it's a blessing just to get people in here, regardless of how much it is. It doesn't even matter. To me, it doesn't even matter, really. Like, there's 18 people in here right now. Like, if this was me, like when I first started doing live streams, I never had not even 3 people in a live stream. It's just there's a lot of people that they make YouTube channels and they live stream as soon as they start, but you can't live stream because you can't live stream to anybody because you haven't built nothing. And that's what people do. I don't get the reason behind it. They think if you live stream, people are going to find it in like 2 seconds. It depends on what it is. You know what I mean? Like it all depends. But
yeah,
let's see. But yeah, we're pretty much good. I mean, well, if we have a name, we have a name. If not, then if we say, screw it, we can't figure it out, then then I don't know.
Shake that Jimmy 445. Jesus. You guys are crazy. Honestly, I wouldn't even worry about a name unless y'all ended up becoming a well-known radio show or something.
Yeah. Like you got a lot of these podcasts. Like there's a lot of podcast people like that they barely even have audiences and they have names. Like, you know what I mean? Like once these like live streams go over, like if we could get at least like if we got like over 100 people in here, like if we got close to like 80 to 100 people in here, then like I would think this is like maybe could be taken to the next level. But until then, this is just gonna be like, hey, we're just gonna, we're just gonna do this the way we want to do it, and that's it. I'm good with it. I'm actually very happy with StreamYard. It's great. It's absolutely amazing. Me and Philly Jim actually watched the whole entire Redskins because I have Game Pass, so I can watch any game. So me and Philly Jim actually watched the whole entire game. I think it was the other day. We watched the whole entire Redskins Eagles game of the opener, and we were just sitting here sometimes me and Philly Jim hang out in StreamYard because you can actually put them on private to where you could just, talk and hang out. So sometimes me and Philly Jim will look over the game and say that was, we'll look over the players and, we'll do stuff like that. So we do a lot of homework. We don't just get on and we just, start doing this. Like we talk throughout the week. We pretty much talk every day. So every single day, probably all freaking day, every day, all day,
all day, every day.
I'll be working and I'm just like, just all day. So that's just what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I see shit and I send it to Joey. Like earlier, I saw some shit about how there was an article from a few years ago. It was about Carson Wentz. It was during the preseason in 2017, the year before he, should have won the MVP. And he threw like a couple incompletions during the preseason. And somebody wrote an article and it was like, is Carson Wentz Blake Bortles? And somebody reposted it today. It was like, what a time pre 2017 was. when people thought Carson Wentz wasn't good because he threw an incompletion in preseason. But yeah, that was funny.
Bacon says one thing though, if y'all do come up with a name, I want to be the first to get some merch.
Sure, bro. I'll get you like a koozie to put your beer in or something.
What else?
Like one of these.
EDP's number one fan says, I love your channel because you can actually see my comments and reply. The other Eagles YouTubers are getting too big. They forget to read the comments. That's another reason I love your channel.
Thanks,
Yeah, I really do appreciate it. The problem is like when you live stream from YouTube, everything comes up so freaking late. Like you'll say something, or you'll say something, and like 2 minutes later, like you'll see somebody comment about it when you talked about it 5 minutes ago. That's it's the pain. Even when I do like my game stream, I used to do my game streams and stuff. Like I'd answer somebody, and it's just the YouTube thing. The StreamYard is on point. It's very on point. It's like as soon as I answer, as soon as I answer somebody, they have a reply in like a half a second. It's pretty good. So I've been enjoying it. So with StreamYard, you actually, if you pay StreamYard $20 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can actually, I could change the background behind us. I could change. See, it says powered by StreamYard. You could get rid of that, and you could put icons all over the damn thing. But I was like, should I do that? Should I not do that? I was like, you know what? For now, I'm just gonna leave it like that. I already put money into what I do with editing and stuff like that until I get a brand new setup. I'm already working on a new setup right now. I'm working on getting a pretty high quality computer right now. I'm going to be doing some other things soon. Oh yeah, I know Streamlabs. Yeah, Streamlabs on PC. I know Streamlabs is probably good too, because I know in Streamlabs you can edit pretty much anything you want on there. You can pretty much put whatever you want on the screen. Like if you use Streamlabs from the phone too, it does the same thing. Oh yeah, shout out to Philly Joyle. Philly Joyle was the first one that showed me StreamYard. I saw him on it when he was streaming one day. I was like, "What are you using?" He said StreamYard. I was like, I said, and then I was seeing how cool it looked, and I was like, definitely. So shout out to Philly Joyle. If you haven't subscribed to Philly Joyle's channel, covers the Eagles. Big fan of the Birds. Please subscribe to his channel, please. Big shout out to him. And I kept forgetting. I could just go to Streamlabs on the computer and do it on there. I don't know if it has like stuff like this where you could do like invite people to it. I don't think you could do that. I think you can't do that on Streamlabs. You can't invite people to it and do stuff like that. So
For what we use StreamYard for, it works really damn good.
I mean, I can literally show because I was screwing with it, and I can literally show Philly Jim a video and share a video. So if I want to share a video, and we've watched plenty of shit, we've watched some shit on here. So it's cool. It's a cool thing to use. I'm glad Hangouts is over with. Oh my god, what a piece of garbage that is.
It was brutal.
The only thing you can't do on StreamYard that you should really be live streaming from a good, internet connection, like at your house. Like I've tried to get Desert in here a lot, but he's always driving, and it's like the worst. You can't be driving and being on a live stream. It's like impossible. You're constantly cutting out, and doing stuff like that. So we'll see, but let's see here. I was gonna look something up right now. Damn, a lot of people have been watching the friggin' entrance, the Eagles opener video. A lot of people been watching that. Almost 3,000 views on that. I was like, damn. I was like, people really want, because a lot of people can't make it to the game, so I wanted to record that regardless, because I was like, I gotta like record this because I know people are gonna want to see it like badly if they're not at the game. Let's see here. Other than that, guys, I think we're good. I think we've said what we had to say. If you guys figure out, we'll put a post up, and you guys just start spitting out names, and I'll shout. We'll both shout whoever out that comes up with the name that we, that somebody picks or whatnot. We're always looking. If I haven't said already, please subscribe to Philly Jim's YouTube channel. Covers the Eagles, Phillies, Sixers. I wish I can cover everything else, but I can't because I just don't have time. I mean, I have time, but it would run my life if I did 3 teams in one shot.
Yeah.
I'd literally be.
I really don't cover the other 2 teams that much. It's just like occasionally I'll make a video. I do more Sixers shit like during the playoffs. I will, but with the Phillies, I'll just have an occasional rant about Gabe Kapler because I think he's a tool and a piece of shit, and I want him to get fired. But other than that, I don't like really talk about the Phillies that much because it's hard to do. It's like you said, it's not easy to like cover fucking 82 NBA games, 162 baseball games. Like some people actually do that shit. I'm like, why are you fucking making videos about 160 fucking games? So
yeah,
it's hard.
Ooh, the fuck just happened?
But yeah, I do got love for my Sixers and my Phillies and my Flyers too.
Oh, by the way, a new Eagles YouTuber. I don't know how long he's been on, but Alex the Ghost is another guy. I just subbed to him the other day. I think he has over 200 subs. It makes pretty good videos. So if you guys, you guys can, please sub to Alex the Ghost on YouTube. Cares about his birds as much as we do and covers pretty much everything. So please sub to his channel. And no problem, bro. If I knew about your channel earlier, I would have subscribed to it. But I'm subbed now, so we're good. We're good to go. Alex, no, don't believe a word Fitness Cheat Code says. He's an Eagles fan. He always says that crap. Eagle Speed always says that shit. He's like, Dak's better than Wentz. When is Jordan Mailata getting the ball?
When he's not injured.
So Big V at guard, that's another thing. He was playing guard as well. He came in there at guard later in the game. Guy's getting a lot of reps at guard, so
apparently he's a better guard than he is a tackle.
Could be. He's a lot bigger. He'd be a bigger guard though, because guards are a lot smaller than he is. I could be wrong, but Eagles Beat says Falcons wide receiver is my only concern. Yeah, that is true.
Pretty much right.
Of course. It's a lot of attention.
I mean, our secondary played like shit, so Julio and Calvin Ridley, they could present a lot of problems for us. But so, the Falcons' offensive line is beat up. We just got to lean on this pass rush to get the job done.
Yeah.
Julio Jones will toast us. Yep, if we give Matt Ryan time in the pocket, I think Julio Jones will have close to 200 yards. So if you have him in fantasy, play him.
Yeah, we know somebody that said that Julio Jones is going to get a catch on us. No comment. There's a lot of smart people out there. a lot of smart people out there.
We need to blitz because Freeman is a terrible pass blocker. Well, we need a fucking blitz anyway.
regardless. But Jim Schwartz hates fucking doing it. Oh yeah, Kenyon Barner is a friggin' punt returner too, and kick returner. Forgot Kenyon Barner went to
Kenyon.
the Falcons. Steven Means went to the Falcons too, but he's hurt for the whole year.
Oh shit.
Tore his ACL. Man, Steven Means, bro. God damn.
I remember Steven.
Steven Means like always made plays. Every chance he got, he made plays. Didn't fucking matter.
We got any more of our players?
We should go pick up. We should get Steven. If they release him, we should pick him up immediately next year. Shit.
I got my eyes on something else for next year. Redskins suck again. Ryan Kerrigan goes in there, demands a release.
Oh god.
Oh yeah.
That would be awesome. God, imagine Kerrigan playing for us. Oh my god, he would in an Eagles jersey, bro. He would tear it up with that defensive line. Holy shit! It's like they'll never get rid of him. He's gonna waste his fucking years there.
He needs to get the fuck out of there next year.
He really does. I gotta check his contract.
Hashtag free Kerrigan. Let's look that shit up.
I'm looking it up right now.
Overthecap.com says, what year is he in?
Fuck is this?
God damn it.
Oh, there it is.
He's still under contract through 2020.
Damn. Really?
The Redskins.
He's 31 right now? Shit.
Well, fuck it.
He's 31.
I'll have to pick someone else up.
He's not going to be a free agent until 2021.
What about Von Miller? What would Von Miller look like?
All right, can you stop? Just stop.
I don't know, bro. Von Miller on the 100 players list a couple years ago. He said Carson Wentz was a bad man. He might want to play with him.
Bro, like we need a stud linebacker so bad. Like I want a stud. Like I want a young stud. Like I know, like those two linebackers, you know, that went to the Devin White and
Bush.
Devin Bush.
Devin Bush was the stud of the draft.
Did he play? Is he playing well for Pittsburgh?
I watched him. He was like one of their only good spots in that fucking game against Pittsburgh. I mean, game against New England.
Is TJ Watt play outside linebacker, or is he defensive end?
Right. I think TJ Watts is outside, and fucking Devin Bush is inside. Well, we were gonna fucking draft Leighton Vander Esch. I'm pretty sure that's why we traded out of the first round that year.
But here's what makes no sense is why pay Jalen Smith when you're going to have to pay Vander Esch? Like, you know what I mean?
Vander Esch is better.
I know he is. I just don't get the logic in that, really.
Well, maybe we can pay Vander Esch.
Are they like cheating the fucking cap or something? Like, what are they doing?
I don't know.
They got so many more people.
I don't fucking know, but they pay Dak what he wants and pay Cooper what he wants. Byron Jones is definitely going to be one of the top free agents next year, so he won't be staying. So, fuck, I don't know what's going to happen when the Leighton Vander Esch deal comes up.
And you know what fucking Howie's going to do, like, you know, how depending on what our injuries are and what's going on, like, at the time, like, who knows what's going to happen by the trade deadline. You know how he's going to always –
We're going to get someone by the trade deadline. I just have no idea who it is.
Yeah.
It's not going to be it's never a name that's a big name or a name that you're thinking of. But like with Jay Ajayi, that trade, that never crossed my mind, trading for Jay Ajayi. Until it actually happened. I was like, oh, we got Jay Ajayi.
Yeah.
I don't know about you if you saw this shit coming, but I definitely didn't.
No. I woke up in the morning. My buddy texted me. He's like, you guys got Jay Ajayi? I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, you guys gave a 4th-round pick for Jay Ajayi. I was like, get the fuck out of here. And it actually happened.
Yeah, it was fucking crazy.
And he tore it up during the Broncos game. Fucking tore
Oh
it
yeah,
up.
he had that long ass touchdown. He had a long ass run against the in the Cowboys game, and Kenyon Barner walked up to him and he was like, "Bro, you're fucking slow as shit."
He was so mad when he didn't make it. He was so mad he didn't make it to the end zone. Ajayi's still a free agent right
He's
now.
still a fucking free agent.
Fucking LeGarrette Blount's still a free agent. Jordan Matthews is a free agent. Jesus.
Sounds crazy.
He can't play anywhere else, bro. He just can't.
Yeah. Fucking Jordan Matthews, bro.
Man.
Carson Wentz threw his first touchdown pass to Matthews.
Yo, DNA, bro. The DNA boys.
The DNA shit was dope.
That was dope as shit, I have to say.
Sean Nelson and Alshon. Oh my fucking god. Bacon Grizzler. Elliot Shore Park's father is Jordan Matthews. Elliot Shore Parks always says the dumbest ass shit on Twitter. And Jordan Matthews got released, and he's like, oh, well, we should get rid of Matt Collins so we can get fucking Jordan Matthews back. I'm just like, get the fuck out of here, bro.
Desert Eagle said, I don't want to be Ronald Darby no more. Dude got played by Vernon Davis, even though I said watch out for him. Big in my head.
Oh my god. All right, from now on, Desert can be Larry Fitzgerald.
Nah, he needs like. I wonder how much Jalen Ramsey, if he's actually gonna get paid like 70 something guaranteed.
I don't fucking know. Do you think somebody would actually give him that?
I don't think he's worth that at all.
Do you think someone would give him that though?
Desperately, yeah, probably. Depends. Does he want?
I don't think he's gonna stay with the Jags though. I think he's gonna go somewhere.
Yeah, but is he gonna go to? Does he want to go to a good team, or does he just want to get fucking paid? Or both?
I don't think he fucking cares about winning. I think he's a me guy, which is why I think the Eagles are out on having any interest in Ramsey at any point in time, no matter how good of a corner he is.
I'm fucking done paying cornerbacks. Like, I'm just so done with it. I just can't anymore.
I'd rather fucking trade for a corner that's good and established already, but not like one that wants a shitload of money.
What was it this year? Was it this year in free agency that Eagles were interested in getting Patrick Peterson?
It was last year at the trade deadline.
It was last year, right?
But the Cardinals didn't want to get rid of him. I don't know why. They fucking suck. There's no point in keeping them. Same shit with fucking apparently the Miami Dolphins are having a lot of players that are not happy that the team sucks and they're demanding a trade.
Mm.
I would take Xavier Howard.
What about Aaron Colvin? So Aaron Colvin was released from the Texans, and he got that big contract. Yeah, he got that big contract after he left the Jags, and he played like shit, really bad. He's only due, I think, $7.5 million for the rest of this year.
What if we get Jalen Mills back and he actually balls out?
I mean, he doesn't. I'm not even saying like balls out, but like
plays good.
He fights. You know, he fights hard. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he doesn't back down like that. If one thing about Jalen Mills, he doesn't fucking give up, regardless. You know what I mean? You know, we got pissed at him last year. Deshaun Jackson fucking. Well, I mean,
even though Fletcher Cox got pissed off at him for getting in Adam Thielen's face for making one good play when he was getting fucking killed by him.
That was crazy.
Fletcher Cox looked like he was going to kill him.
Yeah.
Eat him.
The fuck? Eagle Speed says we just traded Jordan Howard to Houston.
He's
okay.
Fucking
Check it. Check it. At this point, I don't even know.
Only if they fucking give us DeAndre Hopkins.
We don't fucking need DeAndre fucking Hopkins. Or maybe we do. I don't know.
We need him in case we need somebody to body slam someone.
Yeah.
I don't think that should have been a fucking flag.
Oh, Peter. Well, no, you can't do that shit anymore. You can't pick up somebody and slam them to the ground. That happened to Sproles a few years ago. I forgot what game that was.
Brian Dawkins got flagged for that one time.
Yeah, that was the Jet. That was the Sproles got. That was the Jets game. We went to. We went to fucking MetLife. You got fucking.
Man, I can't fucking watch Monday Night Football, bro. I hate it. I hate watching Monday Night Football on TV. I thought it was going to be better because Jason Witten's not there anymore, and Jason Witten is a fucking doofus.
You guys are fucking making me flip the fuck out. Stop.
But listen, this is what Booger McFarland said about Taysom Hill. He was like, you can tell what Taysom Hill is going to do pre-snap. For example, if he lines up at tight end, he's either going to run a route or he's going to block. And I'm just sitting here like, bro, what the fuck else is he going to do if he's lined up at tight end? Block or run a route? Anyway, fuck Booger McFarland. Fuck Monday Night Football. I'll just put Monday Night Football on mute and play Merrill Reese from the radio.
Yeah, no. Booger needs to go.
He's just fucking trolling, bro. Yeah, I don't know why people fucking believed him. Also, the Texans would not make that fucking deal anyway because they got Carlos Hyde and Duke Johnson.
Yeah.
I don't know why the fuck.
Yeah, fucking. They. It's not even to me. It's not even like a 1-2 punch over there, really. The freaking Texans, bro, they better do something this year. Like, that was just pathetic. Like, that was because they have no GM this year. They fired their GM, and, like, they're literally making all decisions right now. And they, like, gave up, like, I mean, Miami has, like, 4 first-round picks within the next 2 years. I mean, it's just crazy.
I mean, they fucking looked like they were gonna do some shit. They looked like they had the game won in the Superdome. I mean, the Saints had a 6-point lead with like under a minute left. And actually, it was less than that. It was like 40 seconds or some bullshit. Deshaun Watson literally goes down the fucking field 2 plays and they score and they take the lead 28-27. And then they fucking the Saints get the ball back with like 35 seconds left and get in field goal range and fucking win the game. It's like Deshaun Watson always gets the lead back. Even happened last year against us. Like, Deshaun Watson gets the lead back, and then his defense blows so hard that he loses on a field goal attempt constantly.
Yeah, 58 yards. Fucking shame. Fucking shame. By the way, 30 people in the stream, and we're just fucking around. Appreciate it, guys.
Let's read some of this shit. That stupid cherry picker from last year is gone. Who the fuck is the cherry picker?
So Alex the Ghost has a question, and probably a YouTube question.
Okay.
Any tips on covering the Eagles? I'm still new to it, and I must improve.
Okay, well, would be my advice. Just make sure that you're active. Sometimes, I went through a rough stretch where, I had to step away from YouTube. And when you first come back, like, it's hard because to keep your channel like rolling, you gotta like do shit every day, do shit all the time. Even in the off season when there's no games anymore, um, talk about free agency, talk about the draft. Um, when OTAs come and shit like that, just go on Twitter, read what reporters are saying, reporters that cover the Eagles, what they're saying about the team, and pretty much bring the news to the team. And just throw a little bit of your opinion in there, and then you'll make good content that way.
Yeah. Pump those videos out. Go cover a lot of, like, God, I can't even.
Fucking God. Did anyone see the Eagles lime green design? Yep, that is their profile picture.
Yeah, it's like the new like theme for the year.
I think this is a hint that they're bringing Kelly Green back.
No, it's not.
I think it might be. They keep fucking talking about how much they want Kelly Green again. I like Kelly Green, but I like the blackout uniforms. I would rather keep the blackout uniforms than bring back Kelly Green.
Oh, 100%. I love blackout uniforms. Oh, Desert Eagle says, I passed the CDL. By the way, I should be able to play PS4 online a little more often.
Damn, bro.
About fucking time, dude. Congrats.
Who gave you the answers to that test? Did you like take a water bottle label and like write all the fucking answers down and then put the water bottle on the table so you could look at the inside of the label while you were taking the test? A little fucking cheat sheet.
So I picked up that shirt, that fly shirt that was in the which was pretty cool. And it was funny because like I know like the pro shop's gonna be selling it, but they're gonna be selling it for like $30 probably.
Yeah.
I bought it from a guy in the parking lot. He had a shit ton of them. He had custom ones made, and they look freaking excellent.
Yeah.
I bought one for $15. So I was like, yeah, why not?
Yeah, there's literally people either in the Link parking lot or like on the sidewalk before you get to the Link that are literally just selling like shirts that are, I don't know where they get them from, but those are like different designs. There's a lot of different ones.
I bought so many shirts. Like I've bought so many of them, and I don't even wear like a quarter of what I bought. like they're all just like brand new, and I haven't worn them. Period. But that fly shirt's pretty sick, though.
Yeah, it looks pretty dope.
I like that. I like that. A lot of people are like, it's not like the old like hype videos anymore. I actually liked it a lot. I actually really liked it because it's very like, it's got like a diversity of like a lot of different things in it. It's like the music's like not what you expect, but it fits well. Like it's weird.
Are you talking about the actual hype video?
The kickoff video, yeah.
Oh yeah, it was a cool video. That video was really cool, especially the part like I love the part where they're in the film room and he's like, Carson Wentz is like, "Yo, Deshaun, how you feeling?" He's like,
Damn
"Damn
good.
good."
And then Alshon's like, "You ready?" And Nail Snagger was like, let's go get that money," or whatever he said.
Yeah, let's go get that money. Yeah, that was dope. They gave me cold chills. Oh yeah, that video was yeah.
Video was lit. It's lit at the night show. Oh my god!
Commercial before the game.
Oh my god! I remember that with that chick. Oh my god! I remember that. That shit was fucking funny.
T.O. said
No,
he could still play in the NFL.
no, it's not that T.O. doesn't age. It's that when you have no hair on your head, your fucking head stays the same for years. Bald people, like that are always bald. Like it seems like they never age because you don't see it. Like you don't see gray hair. You don't see any of that shit. Good night. Peace out. No disrespect, but y'all only pick and choose the people to answer questions. Okay. Kind of confused, but okay.
Desert said he's gonna cut the dreads off.
No, you're not. You didn't have the balls to do that. Fucking cut your dreads off. That's like your feminine side, bro. You
Okay.
ain't getting rid of that shit.
Should make a bet with Desert. All right, if Wentz gets over 40 touchdowns, say goodbye to the dreads.
That'll never happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is lying. He would never do that. Now, Desert has a weird shaped head. Probably wouldn't even work. Like him with a crew cut. Probably
It would be
like,
so weird, bro.
he probably looked like Gumby,
Can't
bro.
imagine him like that.
He'd have a Gumby fucking head.
People would have to make up another joke about him because they can't call him Ronald Darby. He said he has a picture of himself with a haircut.
Yeah, when?
He said, "Fuck y'all." Man.
Like,
Yo, Desert, if you charged up your Hello Kitty notebook, you could get on here with us. He ain't gonna shave.
that's what his head looks like. Like, if he shaved his dreads off, like that's what it would look like. Fucking weird ass head.
Yo, that was funny as hell. He said, "Fuck y'all." Bro, hey, bro, you know you can't get on here with that phone, man. You got to charge up the Hello Kitty book.
Yeah, you need to like
get on here.
Yeah, you need to fucking stop being a fucking girl.
Yeah, I know. At least get a Paw Patrol notebook.
Paw Patrol. That fucking cartoon. My niece watches that cartoon.
That Hello Kitty shit is gay as hell.
You know what screwed up that Desert did? So I made that video of like the 61-yard field goal, and I put like both our videos in it at the same time, like our reactions, and he never fucking saw it like for months. So I was like, "How did you not see that shit?" No, I was like, "Motherfucker, how did you not see it?"
I was watching EDP Beefs the other night with Desert. Took me back.
Bro, I would love, dude. If I watch that video right now, I'm gonna fucking laugh my ass off. That fucking, that fucking Patrick Mahomes Andy Reid video.
Oh my god!
I gotta put that on. I have
Put it on. And
How,
make sure
what was the video called again?
it's called Patrick Mahomes will never win with Andy Reid. Bro, I showed this to Grizz one night. We were laughing our asses off. I really laughed my ass off the first time.
Andy Reid, do yourself a favor, my nigga. You feel me? Step the fuck down.
Oh my god.
As the Kansas City Chiefs head coach.
Bro, he's making
Why,
a
my nigga?
video with his shirt off with a toboggan on in his
You
house.
are on a direct fucking collision course with fucking up Patrick Mahomes' motherfucking career, my nigga. You feel me? First off, bitch, you can't have a motherfucking has-been. Well, scratch that, my nigga. You can't be a has-been if you were a fucking never was, my nigga. You feel me? So, do yourself a favor, my nigga. Step the fuck down, you goddamn never was, you trash ass choking motherfucking head coach. You can't have a never was trying to coach a motherfucker that's already arrived in Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, are you black? Because if you're black, you're already, you are fucked. You feel me? And I ain't talking about this Russell Wilson, Marcus Mariota shit either.
Hey, yo, run it back.
You know what I mean?
Back.
So, well, I take that back. Patrick Mahomes, my nigga, you might win a title.
How back?
This Russell Wilson.
How far back?
Just to the Patrick Mahomes part. Few seconds.
Few seconds.
A motherfucker that's already arrived
in
Patrick Mahomes. You feel me? Patrick Mahomes, are you black? If you're black, you're already, you are fucked. You feel me? And I ain't talking about this Russell Wilson, Marcus Mariota shit either. You know what I mean? So, well, I take that back. Patrick Mahomes, my nigga, you might win a title, you know what I mean? Because you aren't completely black, you know, you could fucking pass for, Russell Wilson, little bit of Marcus Mariota, maybe. You know what I mean? Little bit of fucking Marcus Tuiasosopo. But step the fuck down, Andy Reid. Because Patrick Mahomes, if you're watching this video, you ain't gonna win a motherfucking thing with Andy Reid as your fucking head coach. And even if you do get to the goddamn Super Bowl, that fucking piece of shit is gonna blow it. Trust me, my nigga. Hey, my nigga, trust me, bitch. Nigga, let me go ahead and stand right here. Trust me. I think I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I've had to deal with that fucking faggot coaching my squad, putting me through hell for 18 motherfucking years. So I think I'm qualified, my nigga, to fucking, elaborate on this goddamn subject at home, my nigga. Patrick Mahomes, if you knew any better, you would get the fuck out of Kansas City right the fuck now, dude.
Yo, that shit was just random as fuck. He was like, Patrick Mahomes, are you black? This shit kills me every time.
Oh my god, that was
so fucking funny.
Dude, that was fucking I could watch that over and over again.
You too.
Literally, I can watch that. Oh my god. Fucking spunky. Oh god, dude. I swear to God. If you put you put their faces next to each other.
With the fucking glasses on all the time.
Yeah, I'm gonna make something right now.
EDP with the glasses. Oh yeah, one time Cowboy X Factor said we were saying something about this video, and Cowboy X Factor was like, well, yeah, Patrick Mahomes is definitely not black. It was just random as fuck, and it was funny. I forget which one of your friends is in Lane Johnson's jersey.
What?
Alex the Ghost asked at Desert Eagle 90. I forget which one of your friends wears a Lane Johnson jersey. Is it Joey?
No, I don't.
You don't have a Lane Johnson jersey?
No.
Why not?
Why? Should I fucking have one?
Why wouldn't you have one? Well, why the fuck does Desert not have a Ronald Darby jersey? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. That's a big investment.
I actually don't think you fucking look like Lane Johnson anymore because Lane Johnson grew out his beard. His whole face is like covered in hair now. He needs one. Bro, that was so fucking funny.
I haven't seen that in a while.
Bro, that shit was fucking killing me. Patrick Mahomes, are you black?
Are you black?
Patrick Mahomes, are you black?
Oh god. Oh, this is great.
Patrick Mahomes, are you black?
Wait, Desert, how the hell are you supposed to get on PS4 a lot more if you're going to be driving a truck? Just asking.
You play PS4 while he drives.
Yeah, right. And kill 10 million people. That's all it takes, bro. Like, you're not looking for 2 seconds. You slam into somebody, it's over. Like, it's done.
Sucks.
I wish y'all had Xbox. I could lead you all to victory. I saw your Darth Maul video. I have Xbox. You could add me on there. I play Star Wars Battlefront. Here's my GT, my gamer tag. The fuck is this? Get off my screen, dude. Oh, I couldn't fucking.
Desert said your ass at Battlefront.
Dude, how does he know? Because he falls asleep like 10 minutes into the damn game.
Is that your fucking gamer tag?
Yep.
Then it ends?
Yep.
The
And
fuck
it
is
ends.
that?
Nothing. My last name was Life Ruiner.
Oh, dude. Xbox has... I've seen some weird-ass gamer tags on Xbox. I went up against a dude that's name was Golden Wang or some shit. Like Golden Wang 32.
I fall asleep because I get tired from carrying your ass. Yeah, okay. That's a fucking joke. Lane looks like the bald guy from The Water Boy who always bullied Bobby Boucher. Looks like you need a shower, Stinky. Ha 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 ha. I love that movie. It was so good.
Oh
no! We sucked again.
We suck. Oh no! We suck again.
Oh, let's get some Joe Montana.
Wait, what else is in that movie?
Joe Montana was a quarterback.
Bobby Boucher. What I tell you about them girls?
All right, Alex, add me on Xbox right now, dude. I got my shit on right now. Well, I had it on because my TV and my Xbox went out. Bobby Boucher.
Bro, that shit is hilarious.
She's not the devil. She's the most beautiful woman in the world. She's a Gatorade. H2O.
Mama said that. Mama said that.
Damn, that shit's funny.
Let's see here. Okay, so Craig James. So Craig James, 23, measures at 5'10", 195 pounds. He originally signed with the Vikings, undrafted rookie free agent following the 2018 NFL Draft. James spent time in Minnesota's practice squad before eventually being promoted to their active roster, getting some playing time on special teams. The Vikings waived James in final cuts this past weekend, despite the fact he was said to making a run for a roster spot at one point. Signing James gives the Eagles some more depth at the spot where they needed. Philadelphia only has 4 healthy cornerbacks on the 53-man roster: Ronald Darby, Vontae Max, Sidney Jones, and Rasul Douglas. So there was speculation that he was making a run. All right, hold on, let me check. I was playing that Gears 5 story last night for 4 hours. I was like so into it last night.
Damn, bro.
4 fucking hours.
I haven't fucking played video games in such a long time.
I don't think I got an invite, bro. I don't see an invite. I don't see a friend request at all. I don't see one. No, I don't play Metal Gear. I'll add you. How the hell do you add people on this shit? I totally forgot. There we go. What is it? God in Provision? God. Making sure I'm reading that right. And I see your name. Yeah, it's you. It's got Eagles logo. It's got to be you. Yep. I can't stand playing. I can't stand playing games by myself. I can't fucking stand it. Shit's annoying. Jim. Oh, I thought you were sleeping.
Nah, bro, I was looking at my phone.
It looks like you had your head like rested on your shoulder.
It kind of was.
Yeah, I played that shit for 4 hours last night. I was like, damn. I don't go to work till 1:30 in the afternoon anyway, so it's not like I have to get up early.
Don't have to do shit tomorrow.
Nope. I'm gonna go out to dinner tomorrow night. That's really it. That's all I'm doing. Nah, I think your Darth Maul skills are good, bro. That was some good shit right there. You were just knocking everybody out in that fucking game that you were in. I'm good with Obi-Wan. I'm good with Yoda a lot. I'm very good with Yoda. Oh, the new Call of Duty beta comes out tonight. So excited. I have a good amount. I play with me and Jigsaw play together once in a while
Do
on
you
Xbox.
like betas?
Nah, depends on the game.
Are you good with betas?
The hell does that mean? Am I good with betas? The fuck does that mean? Do you even know what you're saying or no, Mr.
Yeah, I know
Gamer,
exactly what I'm saying.
Mr. Pro Gamer over here?
Are you good with betas?
That makes no sense.
I'm really good with betas. That's why they call me. That's why they call me the master beta.
Oh, that was smart. I didn't see that one coming.
That's what she said.
I give you props. Jigsaw's playing Torchlight 2. What the fuck is that? He's playing some. I don't know what he plays. He plays some other shit. What are you playing? I played Gears with him one time.
Dude, Jigsaw is so underrated, though. I watch his videos.
Yeah, he's a good vid maker. He doesn't get a lot of attention. I just shouted him out I think a week ago. He's actually close to 600. He's almost there. He's getting there. All right, Alex. I'll see you, bro. Yeah, I'm probably not getting on Battlefront tonight. I'm probably gonna play some Gears for a little bit. I'm trying to fucking get up as many ranks as possible because technically the regular game, the standard edition game, came out yesterday. But I paid $80 to play 4 days fucking early. Yeah. Your Anakin's level 178. Oh my god, dude, you play. That's crazy.
It's fucked up. Jesus.
Get Gumby off my fucking screen. Goomba. I can't see shit. I like it. Yeah, me and Desert played really good on Apex. Apex Legends is fucking fun. It's a good fucking game. Philly fan always. What's up?
Grizz said he appealed his Twitter suspension, and they told him that they would get back to him later. Well, what you could do is just be like one of those. There's a whole lot of like Stan fan accounts that people make that they don't use their real name. You just make one of those. They won't know it's you.
Yeah.
I have one of those in case my Twitter account ever goes under. I have a Cravon LeBlanc Stan account because I am an actual Cravon LeBlanc Stan. That's my boy.
It was smart. It was really smart extending him.
Because they know when he comes back, he's strapping the slot the fuck down. Intercepting Drew Brees in the playoffs.
Trying to look this shit
I
up.
still don't think they'll know it's you. As long as like you don't put your name and shit and put something else, then I think you're clear.
Oh man. Dude, I screwed my whole body up, dude. Like I work till 10 o'clock most nights. And
I thought you sit in an office all day.
no, because sometimes I'm going. What happened was my boss was on vacation. I took over the early shift, right? I took over like the early shift all week, so like I was like going to bed early. So now like I got off of that, and I'm not. I can't. I'm usually up till 4 or 5 in the morning, and I'm not even close to being up that late anymore. Fucking sucks. So I'm like tired. I'm like tired now, but like I'm trying not to like think about it. I'm like weird. I don't know. Probably play for a little bit. I'm not gonna play for long.
I hear you.
Because I was like, hey, let's do a stream for like an hour.
2.5 hours later.
Pretty much.
Or way, I got one. Got something for you.
I'll let you know, Alex the Ghost. I'll let you know. It won't be long.
Here we go. This is from fucking SpongeBob. This is what happens when we say we're going to do a stream for a set time.
1 eternity later.
1 eternity later.
1 eternity later. Fuck shit.
Fuck Anakin.
Anakin.
Dude, you should pull up that Chip Kelly video.
Why?
Because we're just sitting here fucking bullshitting.
It's so bad, though.
I know, but it's Star Wars, and you guys are talking about Star Wars, so it's making me think about that shit.
I'm trying to find the other one I fucking made, and I still can't freaking find it. I'm so fucking mad. Did I delete it? I swear I probably freaking deleted it.
Yeah, Anakin's a fucking douchebag. I never liked him as a character.
Oh, yeah?
Never. Douche.
What is
Obi-Wan,
it?
gangster though. Yoda, gangster.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Who the fuck else is a gangster on Star Wars?
Obi-Wan Kenobi. All right, guys. So this was like when I first started YouTube and I couldn't edit for jack shit nothing. Okay. Nah, fuck this. I ain't showing this shit.
Bro, show it, bro. It's too late.
It's so bad.
Bro, it's so funny though.
But it's so bad. Like this was back when I first started and I didn't know how to edit for shit.
What the fuck? Is the audio on?
Oh shit. It's not?
I don't think so. It was on for the ADP video.
Yeah, because I didn't turn it on probably. Because every time I have to re-put the setting back on.
Dude, that fucking video was so funny though.
He wants to help you.
Oh my god. The fucking face with Chip Kelly.
Your love.
Love won't save you, Padme. Only my new powers can do that.
At what cost? You're a good person. Don't do this.
I won't lose you the way I lost my mother. I am becoming more powerful than any Jedi has ever dreamed of. And I'm doing it for you. To protect you.
Come away with me. Help me raise our child. Leave everything else behind while we still can.
Don't you see? We don't have to run away anymore. I have brought peace to the Republic. I am more powerful than the Chancellor. I can overthrow him. And together, you and I can rule the galaxy. Make things the way we want them to be.
This is so embarrassing. I can't like watch it.
This shit's hilarious.
I don't believe what I'm hearing.
You've changed.
Obi-Wan was right. You've changed.
I don't want to hear any more about Obi-Wan. The Jedi turned against me. Don't you turn against me.
I don't know you anymore.
So bad.
You're breaking my heart. You're going down a path I can't follow.
Because of Obi-Wan.
Because of what you've done. What you plan to do. Stop. Stop now. Come back. I love you.
Liar!
No.
You're with him! You brought him here to kill me!
No.
Let her go, Anakin!
Oh shit.
Let her go!
Let her go.
Obi-Wan was such a fucking gangster. Fuck you.
You turned her against me! You have done that yourself!
You will not take it from me!
Your anger and your lust for power have already done that.
So fucking accurate though.
You have allowed this
What, like the
Dark
scene?
Lord to twist your mind until
Fucking
now
Chip Kelly was such a power hungry piece of
you have
shit, bro. It's not even
everything
funny.
you swore to destroy.
Don't lecture me, Obi-Wan.
All right, Sparks. I'll see you,
I
bro.
see through the lies of the Jedi. I
So
do not fear the
bad.
dark side as
Oh
you
God,
do.
so
This fucking
bad.
really editing is really
I
bad.
have brought peace,
It's
But it's
bad.
accurate.
freedom,
Like, what am I
justice,
fucking
and
doing?
security to my new empire.
Your new empire?
I want to watch this movie
Don't
again.
make me
I haven't
kill
seen it in
you.
a long time.
Oh, it was one of the
My
fucking best
allegiance is
ones.
to the
Oh,
Republic,
God.
to democracy.
So good.
If you're
2005,
not
bro.
with me, then you're my enemy.
Yeah, that was almost fucking 15 years ago.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes.
Dude, that
I will do what I must.
shit is so accurate though.
You will try.
Yay, that was interesting as hell. Yeah, Attack of the Clones was like a lot of people didn't like because it was such like a love story. I liked it. I mean, I don't care. I mean, it was more of like a love story. That was like the Attack of the Clones movie was like Anakin's like be more of his like changing into the I can't even like fucking describe it right now, but yeah, I watched the Clone Wars TV show. That was fucking good too. I don't watch any of the new shit now, which sucks because I'm not really into it. The movies now aren't really doing it for me. I'm kind of pissed off because they've kind of not
The new
fucked it
shit is
up.
not that good.
They're really not that good. Like Disney just
Yeah, I went to see the fucking new Jedi movie a few years ago when it came out. I was not that impressed. It was okay, but I wasn't that impressed.
yeah, I wasn't like jumping for joy over it. I can't believe I didn't find that other fucking video. Rogue One was the best standalone film that they made recently. That was fucking amazing, that movie. That movie was so fucking good. Oh my god. Me playing Lego Star Wars for 2.5 hours. It's when I was live streaming from fucking like that. I was trying to live stream from. Oh god, so bad.
Bro.
When I made my Star Wars intro. Shit was funny. A long time ago in Philadelphia, far, far away. That shit was fucking. Dude, I made the trench run from A New Hope, and I did like Alshon Jeffrey and Tori. Like that one was actually pretty
Oh,
good.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find. I'm so fucking pissed. I'm like,
What's the
seriously?
title?
Doesn't matter. Even if it's, I would be finding it right now. Can I filter this shit? Can I filter my channel on here?
Is Star Wars in the title at all?
It should be. I think it's. How do I filter this? Can I filter?
I'm gonna try to find it too.
How do I go? Hold on. Can I sort by oldest? Oh God, I'm afraid. Nah, that one. That video, yeah, that was just something I tried to upload.
Thought that could have been it.
I'll find it. I'll find it right
That's
now.
not it. That's not it.
I'll find it because you know what? I made it after the Doug Peterson Chip Kelly video. And if it's not here, I'm looking down from my old videos to new, so I'll find it.
Found the Nelson Aguilar video. Jesus.
Oh yeah, I made
Yeah, I
plenty.
can't fucking find that shit.
I made plenty of those. Trust me.
No, I'm talking about the one that's like a compilation of EDP, Desert, you, and fucking Darius. Oh boy.
Hold on, I'll find it. Hold on.
Trying to find that bitch too. I can't find it. You must have had a weird ass title for it.
I wouldn't have deleted it, so I don't know why. Nah, it's not. Nah. Fuck are you, dude?
I've seen the fucking Clone Wars shit. I used to watch it. Like I said, I used to be a huge Star Wars fan. But I'm really not anymore because
Yeah, the fucking
Disney
movies that turned you off. Yeah, I know. I trust me. I know.
But like
I
the
know.
old shit, I fuck with the old shit. Especially like that from that fucking scene with the Chip Kelly shit. It's one of my favorite movies. I actually went to see that bitch in theaters when it came out. I remember going to it. That was a long time ago. You should do a Family Guy intro.
What?
Tanner Plummer said, "Hey Joey, you should do a Family Guy themed intro sometime." Family Guy.
Family Guy's a shit.
Except for their fucking Pats fans. That's it?
No.
Dude, it was cold as fuck at that game, bro. You're covered.
Yeah.
What game was this?
The Atlanta game.
Oh, the play. Oh, it was cold as fuck that time.
Like 21. It was below zero with the wind. There was a wind chill too.
The game almost gave me a fucking thrill.
Eagles fly on the road to victory. Fly, Eagles
With a few
fly.
drinks.
Score touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high, and watch our Eagles fly. Fly, Eagles fly on the road to victory. E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles! Woo! Fuck you, Atlanta!
Dude, you should have went to the NFC Championship.
I could have went. I decided to stay home.
It was fucking brutal out there, though. It was cold as fuck.
I fucking bet. Where the fuck is this fucking video? I might have fucking deleted it. Why? But fucking why?
Yes, I know Darth Maul's still alive. You know who else is still alive? Tupac. He's still out there.
Yeah. All those fucking videos about that shit.
You know who else is still out there? Fucking Elvis. Still alive.
Elvis is still out there. Motherfucker, dude.
Motherfucker. Someone said Darby low-key looks like Jar Jar Binks.
What?
Everyone all methed out up late as hell. Damn. What's the name of the video, Alex? Star Wars Clone Wars, Obi-Wan and Ventress versus Maul and Savage HD. You know who's still else alive out there? Harambe the gorilla. You guys want to know who isn't alive though? Fucking Scar from The Lion King. The guy was such a piece of shit. He burned.
Definitely.
He got went up in flames. He got eaten alive by hyenas. Fuck Scar.
Dude, I remember I watched a train. I did a training camp video in 18 when like my power went out. And I did the video with a candle on.
It's fucking weird.
Well, because my power went out, I had to make a video. I couldn't do any
How the
fucking
fuck did you
editing.
upload it if you didn't have power?
Well, I recorded it and then.
Did you have to make the video like right then though?
Yeah, I made it like right then. I was holding a fucking candle.
Wow, that fucking sucks.
I was like, no, I'm not in fucking church.
You go to church?
I used to.
I used to go to church too, but I do not go to church anymore. So the fucking Sixers are not going to do anything about Mike Scott beating that fan's ass, which I agree with.
Tom Brady looking sluggish again today. Not sure what
Oh shit! I fucking seen this.
not looking as strong and barrel as he has in the past, Tom. Hot, 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 hot. Brady steps back to pass. He's got an open man at the 40-yard line. And whatever is wrong with Tom Brady just seems to be getting worse. Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
That's
like, go Broncos.
That's so fucked up.
Oh, God. Fucking hilarious.
Tostitos is the official chip of the NFL.
Hi, I'm Chip Kelly, head coach of the Philadelphia.
No one cares. Tostitos, still the official chip of the NFL. Tostitos. Tostitos is the official chip of the NFL.
Come on. Let me be the official Chip just today.
Oh, yeah, no worries. Sounds good.
Really?
Sorry, I was on my phone.
Dude,
Tostitos, still the official chip of the
I
NFL.
can't even look at him, bro.
I can't even
Like,
look at it.
Tostitos is the official chip of the NFL.
Come on.
Tostitos, still the official chip of the NFL.
Dude, I found this on the internet one day. I never saw these
is the official
commercials.
chip of the NFL.
Brian, you know we only buy official chips. Put that back.
I'm gonna have to put you back.
Sorry, Brian.
Tostitos, still the official chip of the NFL.
He would have traded that
Tostitos
kid
is
anyway.
the official chip of the NFL.
Hey, Chip, it's 4th and 1. What should we do?
Let's go. West right slot, 320. Really?
Tostitos,
Yeah.
still the official
No
chip
waffles.
Oh,
of the
dude, how ironic
NFL.
would it be if Deshaun Jackson was in
Forget
that?
Tostitos. Chip Kelly is the
Oh,
real
shady.
official chip of the NFL. Back to reality. Tostitos is the official chip of the NFL.
Back to reality. You don't have a fucking job.
Chip, you are just so much fun. Not you, Chip.
Back to
Kelly,
reality.
number
You're 5 and
one.
25.
They look so
The Eagles
good and they
fired
taste so
you.
swell. The official chip of the NFL. Tostitos.
Tostitos is the official chip of the NFL. Tostitos is the official chip of the NFL.
Hey, guys. Chip Kelly here. Hey, it's Eagles coach, Chip
Get
Kelly.
lost. Tostitos still the official chip of
Dude,
the NFL.
Get the hell off. Dude, how long is this?
Tostitos is the official chip of the NFL.
Not long.
On.
Like another 30 seconds.
Tostitos still.
Fuck him. Cocksucker.
Speaking of Chip Kelly, pull up the video of when EDP was on Colin Cowherd. That shit was funny.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
The fucking blonde chick was so turned on by it, though. She was like, oh, look at his name. It's Ita Expletive, Expletive, Expletive. And then she made a fucking, like, face. She was turned on. We're approaching the 3-hour mark. No big deal.
Yeah, well.
Just
it is
another
what it
day
is.
in the fucking office. I wonder if people are gonna rewatch this stream and look at all the bullshit at the end.
Probably.
Who gives a fuck though? Yeah, that bitch really wanted it. What is that girl's name? Christine something? Whatever
I
the fuck
don't know.
her name was, she clearly wanted it. Eat that expletive. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I fucking deleted it because I don't fucking see it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she was turned on.
Expletive.
You have to see the fucking face she makes. Like, Eagles fan invades Giant territory.
Yeah, it was like these two guys. They invade like home territories of the NFL teams.
I
and
mean,
they like
fucking EDP went to the Cowboys training camp one year.
Yup, I remember that shit. But alright, I think I'm gonna end this. I gotta fucking go eat something. I'm freaking starving right now.
How many fucking people are still here?
13.
Wow.
There's always people in here, regardless. They don't leave my side, bro.
Dude, who the fuck was that guy that was like, oh, well, you guys aren't responding to everyone's comments?
Some guy, I don't know, somebody on here. He's like, oh, you only respond to the comments. Dude, I can't I
Dude, we're
tried
responding to all the comments though.
Dude, I tried there was a time where the comments were coming in so quick and I was doing a stream where I was just answering what everybody was. Dude, I did that for 3 hours. I was done.
Crazy.
I was done after that. I was like, I don't feel like talking the rest of the day. I couldn't even talk the rest of the day. I was like, screw this, dude. I can't. I like it, but for 3 hours, it's too much. It was way too much. But alrighty, well.
All right, boys and girls.
Thanks
ladies and gentlemen
for popping in, guys. Appreciate it. I really do.
Thanks for having me on the show again, sir.
Sir. Huh. I think next time that's what video we will watch. We can watch that video. You're just so great at what you You're just so great at what you do. Just kidding. You're so knowledgeable, Philly Jim. You're so knowledgeable. You just surprised me.
I surprise you?
You really just surprise me sometimes with your knowledge. I just have no words for it. I just don't.
It's all good, bro.
Yeah, God. Wow, I thought I was an Eagles fan. Jeez. You really have that brain. You really have a big brain for this stuff.
He has a lot of knowledge.
Yeah. All right.
Wow.
Because I'm going to end this, and I'm going to have to say something to you after I end this, so stick around for a minute. Because I saw something earlier.
I got something to say to you, for real, when we end. But if you got somewhere to be, I don't want to hold you hostage or anything. So if you got to bounce, you can bounce. But yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining up, guys. I really do appreciate it. And
Philly Jim squad up. Fly Eagles fly.
All right, peace.
Did I do it right?
Yeah, you did it right.